Standing on business. Standing on business. Like the Beebs. Setting boundaries. And upholding them. Gonna check the tech here. Oh, there's me.
Gonna check the tech here.
Oh, there's me.
Gonna check.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. I just want to feel the space. I just want to feel the space. I'm going to get the chat out on the laptop here. Getting real organized. Full screen. Chat on the laptop. I wanted to get the auto tune going again with the mic set up and the music and everything, but I was really lazy to do that. I haven't done it for so long. So one of these days, I want to get that going. Okay. I might just be hanging out with myself tonight. Providing myself with some entertainment of my face at this angle. There's gonna be no one because like it's usually just the boys want to creep. The boys want to creep and like they can't creep on this because I came prepared today, okay? I found one of like the only makeup tools that I own, which is a outdated mascara. And that's the situation here because my Gandalf beard hurts my ears. So I've hardly used that mascara, I swear, and maybe it dried up. Like there was nothing in the freaking bottle. I'm like, I've used this twice, but it's also old, so maybe it dried up. Someone say something, please. The silence is deafening. It says 10 people. Someone say something, please. Help. Maybe people are just passing through, and I understand that. Thank you for the 2 likes. I don't know what I did to be for that already. I don't know. I don't know what YouTube is like. The likes of it all and the social media. Like I'm on here, I get it, but oh, why is this held for review? You're nuts. Okay, well, why it's being so strict? Yes, I'm nuts. I'm cray. I am cray. Cool hat. Thank you. It's my poo hat. Got it from Temu. Hello. How's everyone? What's going on? I just delved into the Justin Bieber standing on business lore, and I fully support him. Like, the paparazzi they're really annoying, and oh shit, I just rubbed off forgot I had a goatee. I support Justin Bieber standing on business, and I'm standing on business, making my own boundaries. The outfit is to deter the creeps. There's creepy men on this app, and they like, I don't know how much more tomboy I could be since the mullet grew out and I didn't get a mullet haircut. When I don't have this get up, when I don't have the protection of this, the boys be creeping, and I don't like it. I don't want it. So it just helps them to be able to sift through the algorithm. It's like, okay, she probably doesn't have an OnlyFans account because, like, yeah, believe it or not, I get asked that and I don't get it. I guess because a lot of people that live stream now on the internet and people have the OnlyFans thing, but I don't. And it just like becomes about that. And it's like, that's not what this is. So I don't know why there was a message held for review. I don't know what it says. It's in a different language. Maybe someone could translate that. So I approved it, but there's some emojis, the peach emoji. So I don't know. They might be saying something a little bit inappropriate. It might be a little sexual. I don't know what's going on. What is? I don't even know what that is. I don't want to know what that is. Oh, now I shouldn't have even said OnlyFans. Now is the algorithm going to be like sending me to the people? It's like, it is like an OnlyFans epidemic going on, I guess. But I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. But yeah, I do this because I don't know, the live chat seems to be infiltrated for people that have not yet found their way to the actual OnlyFans website, but are trying to like get, I guess, free OnlyFans content on YouTube that I guess other people must be doing. I don't know. Do they not even censor that on YouTube? Like maybe it's like a bit of a tease. I don't know. I don't know. Why is the censor so sensitive these days? It like, what's the word when maybe I need to change. I don't know. I have it on basic moderation, like the auto moderation, and it's censoring just like the word poop. Wait a second, why are you dressed like a poop, ma'am? Like that, YouTube had censored that. I had to like approve that message, but I'm on it. This is the whole thing now is gonna be just like, I guess that's what the lives are. New people come in and it's like, why the hat? Why are you dressed like this? What's going on? I don't know. I just like should have put that as the title. It's to deter people trying to be sexual. That's not what it's about. What is this about? It's about standing on business. It's about standing on business. Like Justin Bieber standing on business to the paparazzi poo-poos. Okay, do not appreciate on his driveway bothering him. This man has been through enough and I'm over it. So surely it's not a big deal whether on YouTube or the platform. This reminds me of mustache parties back in the day. No, but what's the deal with the feed? What do you do? It's kind of meaningless. What really are we doing? We're kind of on... That comment's kind of funny. But it's hidden, and I'm just gonna keep it hidden. Probably make you take it off. Oh, God. Everyone had to wear mustaches. It seemed like a fun idea, but just end up feeling sad and ugly. That was what the mustache party was. I've never been to a mustache party. I guess Movember's kind of a mustache party for a whole month. No, I'm not gonna take off. No, I'm not. Just because you said take off the mustache. No, I'm not gonna take off the mustache. No, I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business with a mustache. Like, do you not get it? Do you not get it? Go full beard. Yes, I have a full beard. I have a full Gandalf beard, but it hurts my ears. So I did this instead today. Because I invested. It's actually a wig and a beard and eyebrow attachments. I have it over here. I can show you. Oh, vegan dolls. Oh my God. Okay, I just recognized you've been active participant on the channel. But I've been like avoiding my YouTube comments, so I'm sorry if you've been commenting and I have not answered. I just like get too stressed by YouTube comments, so I'm just gonna like, my plan with my channel is to just engage on live streams, because like YouTube comments to me feel like text messages, and I just like don't like I don't know, they just like, they pile up and I don't know what to do. I don't know. It could be I don't know, the neurodivergence in my brain. It just like stresses out about what to do a lot of the time with like interactions. But so this is the wig of the Gandalf, and it's just easier to show the box actually. That was that costume, but this beard, it's kind of heavy. This goes on my ears, and it doesn't take long to start hurting my ears, so that's why I used an old mascara that I don't use, because I don't really wear makeup. And it was hard to apply. The brush was all dried up, and it was a little bit uncomfortable, but we got through it, and here we are. Like, what the fuck are we doing? What's going on? What? You guys are being silly. After the beard and stuff comes in, you can participate in the men's Olympics. Yay! Imminence of Oots, I haven't seen you forever. Yes, you did try to coach me on reading through comments. Since then, haven't gotten any better. And you know what? I think it's the neurodivergence. I think it's going to be a broken record with the terms neurodivergence, realized autistic. I don't even like this like society, because it's like everything is wrong to me because I do things differently. And so I've stopped gaslighting myself that my way is wrong and sucky. And it's just like, who designed the way that the comments are? I don't know. Everything that's the things that are designed and the way they're designed, like, I don't work in a linear way. So like the comments themselves are literally linear. It's like the order of the comments, it's all linear, but like my brain's not like that. So I read a comment, and the content of the one comment has me going into a rabbit hole, and then we're stuck there for like 20 minutes. It's happening right now. It's happening right now. And then it's hard to control. It is a level of like, I don't know if it's masking it in anymore, because I'm not hiding that I'm doing it. It's like, but I am putting aside, or no, I'm not putting aside. What the fuck am I doing when I'm doing that? It's like, I have to stand on business. Like, I have to be on it to not diverge. Yes, I have to be on it to not diverge. Like, my brain is just naturally wanting to diverge. And no, I don't want to take the Ritalin. It just makes me too hyper in my heart. So, it's not the most linear, but I'm gonna do like the best I can do with keeping up with linear comments on a comment feed. Demand avoidance. I mean, I'm also retarded. Just recently realized it too. I'm also retarded. Dude, you know what I've been saying? Like, eye contact is retarded. Like, direct eye contact is retarded. Like, the things that they thought were like developmental issues in our brains, like the things that they like labeled as retarded, it's like, no, the opposite. It's like, you guys are retarded. Like, the people that are normal are actually the retards. It's so backwards. Like, the world's backwards. It's really dumb. If you don't fucking stim, dude, like, who are you? Who are you? If you don't bring your squishmallow everywhere you go, I haven't done that yet. Like, I'm not that bold, but if you don't have a squishmallow that you squish and you stim with, and it's your little buddy, what, you're retarded. I'm sorry, but you're retarded if you don't do this. You are. So stop. Stop it. Focus on my comment. No! Stop telling me what to do! Stop! Maybe think one word responses. I know, but why is that fun? Why do the neurotypicals, like, I don't want to start just like shitting on the neurotypicals and everything's gonna be like neurotypicals this, neurotypicals can suck a dick that, but what is like interesting about one word responses, it's just like, I want to die. I want to die. Oh, oops, YouTube. I want to. Can you even say the word die without it? Well, I'm not monetizing this shit. This shit's already like, it's not useful. It's like not useful to even monetize. But one word responses, sorry, are retarded. One word responses are retarded. And diverging is the way. It's the way. Haha, you should try USP grade methylene blue. Is that one of the coloring chemicals that they put in Skittles? Because it sounds like it. If you're not on SSRIs, I'm not on anything, and I'm fucking amazing. I don't need help. I am not suppressing my natural ways. And yes, if a psychiatrist, if I had an appointment with a psychiatrist, in my one of my like my manic phases, it's not actual mania, it's like it's the realized autism, guys. It has changed my life. It's this fear of being institutionalized makes so much sense because people get so misunderstood who have the autism traits. Like you get so misunderstood, you get like pathologized insanely. If you're high masking, it's like for me, it's like I'm so mentally ill. And then I realized like eye contact's retarded though, and I don't have to do it if I don't want to. It's like I can force myself, but yeah, I just was forcing myself to do things to not be who I actually am, which is like not actually mentally ill. It's just a traumatized neurodivergent person. So I'm doing the trauma therapy still. I'm standing on business though, setting those boundaries with my therapist. Like she tried to say that she needed permission. She tried to say that she needed final say whether I leave the room or not. Like I wanted to have the option to just leave the room, not go off the property, which she was worried about. I just wanted to leave the room if I get too triggered and I need to be the fuck alone. I need to be alone to stand on business and not get re-traumatized. Because I don't feel safe with people sometimes. I get triggered and then it's like I can't be near a person because the humans have just it's a lot. It's a lot of trauma. It's all social trauma. So she was like she was like, no, but I want to, she's like, you can leave, but it's like we were negotiating the boundaries and I stood on fucking business. I stood on business, you guys. Last therapy session, I held my ground. Like, no more pussy shit, no more pussy shit from this empowered soul. I have healed that much trauma that I am not a doormat anymore. No shame to the doormat self of me, was just trying to survive, stay safe, you know, trying probably not to get institutionalized, against my will when it's like, okay. But so anyways, I stood on fucking business and, I got my boundaries respected and she wanted me to stay in the room. I got to the truth of it. I'm on a tangent. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I will catch up with the comments when I want to. She initially was giving me kind of a different reason of why she wanted me to stay in the room. And like, I kept standing on business and eventually she's like, oh, she's like, well, she was saying like, I have needs though. I have needs. But I was like, as a human, like I cannot have to ask for permission if I want to. I want to leave when I want to, but she wanted the final say of like when that happens. I was like, no, but my trauma is literally being controlled. Like I can't. It's like a human autonomy. It's like basic human autonomy. Sorry. So I stood on business and then she was like, well, but my needs are, it's like, but no, your needs can't fucking like overpower my literal bodily autonomy of when I want to get to leave. But we got to the truth because I stood on business. I didn't back down. It got tense. It was a bit tense because she was just like not backing down, but I wasn't backing down. And then eventually she said, if something happens, if you go, say you were to like leave the room, you like went off the property and like something bad happened, or something happens to me, she's like, I'm held liable for that. And immediately I'm like, okay, now I get it. Now I understand that. And she's like, I didn't want to have to say that. Whatever. I was like, no, I needed that. I need the truth. I get it. Because guys, I'm dealing with what's called the therapy industrial complex. This is where the fucking matrix of the systems in society and just like these protocols that like we have to follow for things, but they don't always, I don't know, they can just become, it just becomes weird when like you need to leave, but that, like there's these rules that like she's supposed to follow, and she was just like too worried about the risk. But it's like, it's my fucking life, dude. Like I cannot keep enforcing my trauma, so I need this boundary. And so she agreed. She did agree because I stood on business. Because I stood on fucking business. Okay, I'm done my rant. I don't believe that people don't stim when they're alone. I just don't believe it. But I do. I do, dude. It like regulates the shit out of me. It regulates me. I'm not suppressing it anymore. It's the shit. It's the shit. I'm not taking off the hat. No. Why is it censoring the word Hindu? Oh, maybe because this person's username is fuck you. No, I'm not Hindu. I am not a religious person. Marry me so Donald Trump doesn't doesn't deport me. No, I hope you don't get deported. I hate when people say you're pretty, just like shut up. No one wants to hear that dumb shit. Yeah, the censors are being annoying with every little swear word. Like, why is it so offensive? Why is like the swear words offensive? It's just because we've like given it meaning. Okay. Hate when people say you're pretty, like shut up. No one wants to hear that dumb shit. To me, it is a compliment, but then it's like, I don't know, I'm just kind of like over, I guess, people focusing on my appearance, but that I can understand, it depends. There's like certain people that it's like, I feel like they're not really seeing me and they're just seeing my face, but not my soul if they comment on my appearance. And then other people are just like giving a nice compliment, but it's like, I'll just like, this makes me uncomfortable too. It's like, well, I will hide my face because I don't know, just because. What drugs are you on? It's not surprising. It's not surprising. I've gotten this a lot of my life of like, I'm on drugs. I am, it's like annoying. I'm like annoyed at like I'm just like, everything's gonna be autism, but this one specifically, it's like, this is why people think I'm on drugs, like my natural real self, which is congruent with autistic traits, which I'm not masking anymore and suppressing, at least on the YouTube lives. Yes, around some family members, I'm gonna be like, not letting the freak really fly, like as of yet. Like I'm still becoming more comfortable with letting my real freak fly, but I also want to respect the space. Like I can, compromise and accommodate with like my true freak and like what the vibe of the space in the room is. But here I stand on business by doing whatever the fuck I want. So, and then that results in people thinking I'm on drugs. But I don't know too. It's like, are other people on lives getting those comments, or is it just me at times? But like I get it. But are we not having fun though? Like I get it seems like I'm on meth, but like, are we not having fun? Are we not having fun? Maybe we're not having fun. Maybe you're concerned. Maybe you want to admit me to the psych ward, but I'm having fun and I'm still drinking water, so surviving. Don't need to worry about me. I'm okay. I'm going to try to catch up with the freaking comments. Did you tell us to read what is going on? Fuck therapists, honestly. You should have an epic breakup with her. No, she is human. Like, I am working through having healthy, like asserting boundaries, it getting a little bit tense, but then working through it. And she admitted too, she was like, how does it feel? I was like, I feel empowered that I stood up for myself. Like, she is actually a really cool therapist. But she's in also the therapy industrial complex where she's supposed to follow these rules, and like her fear of getting in trouble if something bad happened to me, if I like left the premises, like that sort of trumped my need as a human. Like, no, but my needs, I need these needs, like, you know, so I just like didn't let her, whatever. I don't think I should have had, it should have like got to, I literally was like, it got to the point where I was like, you know, if this isn't the right fit, that's okay. That's where it got to the point, because I was, guys, again, I just can't get, oh, I love the phrase standing on business. Since the Beebs, I love this phrase. It fucking, it just, it's what like making the boundaries is, and then like upholding them. It's like I'm standing on business, right? So I don't think I should have to like try this hard to get these certain boundaries respected, but she does not have an ego like the last counselor that I've mentioned a trillion times. I have to heal trauma from the last fucking counselor because she literally re-traumatized me. This counselor's not like that. Her energy is not like that at all. And she is, she likes the feedback. Like, she doesn't get defensive if I give her feedback. She just wasn't backing down from like what she wanted. But then I just didn't back down. And I was just like, well, it might not be the right fit. And then she told me her reasoning. And then I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Now I understand. But she's like, oh, we can, she accommodated. She was like, we can even set up a whole separate room if you want to go have that room. I literally was like, I was never going to leave the property, and I would have told you, like, I'm going to leave. I wasn't just going to leave. I just need to, like, have the ability to, like, step outside of the room even. It's just, like, I need an option to, like, not have to stay in the room. So she's giving me that. She is giving me that now. So it does help. It really, really heals my trauma to, like, you know, everything can't be perfect because we're all humans. So I expect to be like treated like a human that's not a perfect robot. So I'm treating her that way too. It is a bit annoying that I had to like push so fucking hard to be like, nope, nope, stand on business. But I just think I just think I needed I just want some silence for a sec. It can be hard. This is why it's so hard to freaking do the comments and be linear, because it is an autistic trait. It's hard to get out of a thing. It's hard to switch tasks. So just like talking about one thing is like a task that like, you get stuck in it, and it's like, let's like analyze this whole thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna fucking drop it and move on. Drop it, move on. Scroll. What are you talking about? Go to sleep. No, you go to sleep. Why are you watching me? Like, or I don't know. Okay, put your fries in the meth or cocaine. Haha. Why did you draw on your face? Okay, we already answered that. This is the thing too, is I answer every comment. Other people ignore them. But I have perfectionism, so I want to like get through every single comment. I can't help myself. I want to know what people are saying about me. Like, I have to know. I don't need to know, but I don't, it's like I might miss something, you know? People always accuse everyone of being on meth. Yeah, it's like, do people, I'm at the end of the comments. I'm at the end of the comments. Do people not know how to have fun? Do people, oh, this is what's, this is so much annoying about our society. I'm going to show this because I'm not afraid of people that disagree or make their own observations and judgments. She wants to be autistic so bad. It is just interesting when like strangers that don't know you, they say shit. I was actually, after the last live, I was like researching about that live was really interesting because it's just like interesting characters going on. And then I got into a whole, like, I started researching trolls and troll psychology. Not even that this person is a troll that said their little comment, she wants to be autistic so bad. Like, I wouldn't even see that as a troll. But I realized it's like, I've been looking into troll psychology, and that, yeah, there's like people that just enjoy, this is obvious stuff, you know, people just enjoy like making other people uncomfortable or trying to just like, yeah, put them down, or like just like evoking like a negative reaction or emotion in another person, I guess. It's sort of like the other side of the spectrum of I was just getting really into yeah, the psychology of it all. We'll just end it at that because we don't need to go fucking rabbit hole. Bob UFO is back. I've seen you before, and I feel like they've already said this, and I'm not going to show that. What the fuck are you wearing? Like, what that? Is it that crazy? It's a poo hat. That I'm having fun. This is this is just me having fun. There's a massive fund shortage ever since the incidents in 2020. Yes, it seems. She got real serious, got real serial. Yeah, what did I want to touch on about what's wrong with society? There's like an encouragement of suppression of emotions. There's normalization of suppressing emotions, and there's a culture that started. I've been looking at sort of the origins of our current culture kind of framework of this properness, right? This, if you're just the associations of things, just like people thinking I'm on drugs because I'm loud and animated. Oh my god, that means someone's on drugs. But it doesn't. That's kind of just a social conditioning, and also it's just, it has helped me. It has helped me to be like, okay, I'm neurodivergent, and it's helped me to use those labels and terms to see that, okay, it's not true at all that this is like inappropriate or weird, or just the stimming and the movement and the like I can't sit still. Technically it's like, so I have like ADHD diagnosis, so technically it's like, I think the terms are clunky, but I most relate to like being autistic ADHD. It's like odd HD or whatever. But I also feel like the labels and everything are they also are institutionalized in a way too of autism is less seen though as like, it's autism's not seen as a mental disorder. It's like a different neurotype, and ADHD is kind of the same, but ADHD's it's in the DSM, and it's like called a disorder. Like, these things aren't disorders to me. I guess autism now, it was always called autism, or now it's autism spectrum disorder. They still call it disorder. In this world, yes, it's not compatible with this society and this world, and you struggle, and because like that's why it's seen as a disorder. But if we designed things that were more compatible also for neurodivergent people, then we wouldn't be so like disordered or whatever. I don't know. I'm just creating my own life in my own world, and doing things my way. So yeah, I don't have a 9-to-5 job. Like, I've never been able to keep a 9-to-5 job because that shit does not align with my brain and me. But it doesn't mean I'm this like total dysfunctional human and everything. I just live more in tune with my actual body and self and emotions, and I can't like suppress them as I'm different in other people can maybe shove down what they're feeling in the moment kind of more easily or whatever, but I can't. Does it make me disordered to not be able to do that? If I'm traumatized as fuck and then I have a meltdown in the middle of a restaurant on my shift, am I really disordered? Like, that's normal for a traumatized body that's also just highly sensitive. Like, I'm a highly sensitive fucking person. Do you not get it? Do you not get it? Ah, she's on drugs. Ah, she's on drugs. Ah, she's crazy. Ah, oh my god. It's just annoying that fun and being hyper and just having energy and having fun is like, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Because in this serious, annoying society, we're not supposed to have fun. It just, it was like the elites or high society that came up with the stupid small talk scripts, and you were seen as more intelligent and like stoic and proper if you could have dumb, stupid small talk that's wasteful, that's not like emotionally connected to anything. To me, small talk doesn't matter about the topic. I can have big talk about the weather, okay? I can be emotionally connected to the weather. Like I can have big talk. Small talk to me, it could be any topic or subject, but it's just like filling the space. You're not actually emotionally connected to it. You don't care about what you're saying. So when people do it, I actually don't even fucking register what the fuck they're saying. Like because it, like I just don't. Like my brain just doesn't. I have to try really hard to know what they even fucking said because it's just like fake shit. So am I the crazy one for not wanting to do fake shit? No, I don't think so. I'm winning here, winning there. I'm by winning, winning here, winning there. Do you read the book of The Body Keeps the Score? I might have listened to that. YouTube might have had a version that was an audiobook, but I don't even know if I've like know that book, right? Because it's about somatic therapy too, right? That one's not Peter Levine though, right? So I don't know if I've like actually legitimately read it, but I've heard a lot of people talk about it, or I know what it's about. But one of these days I should just like actually read the actual thing. Bessel van der Kolk. No, it's not Peter Levine, but it's similar. I think it's similar to Awakening the Tiger. Yeah, The Body Keeps the Score. It's about trauma, Sword in the Body, and all that shit. Yeah, I've heard it's a really good book. And I'm doing somatic experiencing therapy. So, that's like very much what I know about this book. It's very in alignment with like the therapy I'm doing is working directly with the body, healing the trauma within the body, the incomplete survival responses that never got to complete, that live in my nervous system, but I be completing them because I stood on business. I asserted my boundaries and I stood on business with my counselor, with the authority figure, which I don't see as authority figure. That this is just why like institutionalized therapy, what even I guess institutionalized though means actually hospitalized. I've been trying to find the right words. It's the therapy industrial complex. That is the term I'm using. Within the the therapy industrial complex, kind of like the matrix of the therapy, like the rules and the regulations that are kind of tainted with these this like society and what you're allowed to do, and like the counselors aren't supposed to cross certain sort of boundaries or this or that. It's like within that though, I asserted my boundaries, even though the protocol of the therapy industrial complex was kind of trying to over Trump. But then again, I was reading about how the therapy model today, it is supposed to respect the client's autonomy, and there is no rule about like having the client stay in the room. It's just if they do leave, the counselor can be liable. So where the therapy industrial complex showed up, or the societal freaking industrial complex, or the social industrial complex, whatever you want to fucking call it, the conditioning, the fear-based shit too, was my counselor, like she just wanted me not to even do the leave the room thing, just like out of liability of her. Like I think they really do scare the counselors about being liable if something happens to the client. And when she told me it, I was like, oh, I hate that they would find you liable. Like I don't agree with that. And she's like, well, I'm a registered counselor, and that I was like, I know, but I don't agree with a lot of the systems and the stuff, like the rules. I don't agree with that. I'm like, well, there'd be an investigation and that. Like she just didn't want to say it, but I'm like, no, it helps me to know the actual reason of the truth. Like, I'm not gonna just like blindly. Yeah, I was not just gonna agree just because she said so, that she were to get the final say. I talked about this earlier, so if people didn't know, I wasn't gonna just blindly agree as well to like she just wants to have the final say of when I leave the room in this somatic experiencing therapy. So I asked her as well, is there a specific protocol when a client gets flooded that's like their nervous system thresholds like way up here? Because it happened one session and then she encouraged me to stay in the room. She said, you can leave, but she really encouraged me to stay in the room. And I was like scared to disappoint her. So I stayed. So I was trying to resolve this boundary because I don't want it to ever happen again, because I literally felt like I was actually going to die. She said there is no rule with SE. Yeah. To like that it's better for the client to stay in the room. But she initially said, she thought I was going to get more flooded if I left the room. But I think that might be a little bit, I don't think it was really entirely true. I think she was just more worried of like the risk of if I were to leave and then something bad happened. But like in that moment, it would have calmed me down to leave the room. And she knew I like wanted to leave the room, but it was only my second session. So she also didn't know me. So who knows, like what if I left and then something bad happened? I think it was more of the risk. But I'm not going to nitpick her either. I'm like, I can handle, like, as long as now she's respecting my boundary and that, like, I don't need to dissect everything she does that's inconsistent. It's like, we can treat this person like a human being. Like, we are not so traumatized anymore that we need to be like, oh, did you kind of do a white lie there? Did you do a white lie here? It's like, the point of the matter is I stood on business. And she fucking she's accommodating my needs too. So it's how many times do you think I've standing on business? I like the repetition, okay? I think the best self-help book ever was I'm Okay, You're Okay. Ooh, that one sounds good. 9 to 5 Sucks, Bob UFO is a gardener, sometimes I go into gardening, Mesa, choose my own hours. Mesa? You do gardening, like landscaping? I love how you used your own name. Bob UFO is a gardener. I love how you're talking about yourself in the third person. Gardening's cool. You get to be outside. The therapy, pharmaceutical industry ruined my 16-year marriage. Oh dear. It sounds like probably quite the story. Shit. Mesa fired from my own job. It's embarrassing. Mesa fired. What's Mesa? Isn't that school for smart kids? Nope. I'm thinking of some other word that maybe sounds similar. An isolated, flat-topped hill with steep sides is it a company? Or wait, are you joking? Are you saying a joke? It's a software? Mesa 3D. Okay, let's just slow down and just figure out what's going on. Were you gardening in a video game? That's a fireman from my old job. It's embarrassing, but afraid I've been brainwashed. Oh, banished. My forgotten the bosses would do terrible things to me. No, terrible things to me. I go back. Well, yeah, I wouldn't fucking go back there. I wouldn't go near it. So many jobs. It's because, guys, it's like, it's not even the systems. It's the people. It's us. We're brainwashed. Are you a giant turd? Yes, I am. My pronouns are poo-poos. The systems, it's the people. It's I was actually listening to this thing today where it's like government itself is not bad, obviously. Like we need systems and government, but it's the corruption in the government, it's the corruption in the people, or it's the brainwashing. Like it starts in public school, it probably starts before that. It's the culture at the time, and it's gotten so much better. Shit used to be so much more corrupt, obviously. We're not drilling holes in people's brains anymore, at least, thank God. But there's still these icky weird things that especially my soul is like traumatized from it. It's like extra sensitive to these kind of methods of control or disempowerment of the people. And there's just so many constant fear-based illusions going on all the time. And I am aware of a lot of them. And then I'm just kind of, it's helpful to be aware though, and then to just be empowered to be like, no, I'm not going to listen to you. Like, I don't say this out loud, but inside it's like, I don't care that you're like the authority. I'm gonna stand on business. I'm a human, and I don't care that like I don't appeal to authority. But I did become the biggest people pleaser. But now we're standing on business because I've healed a lot of the trauma, and this therapist is really good. Like I had a huge trauma release before I started talking about these boundaries about like this past session from way long ago. I trusted her enough. She felt like a safe person. I like don't usually feel safe actually in my nervous system with anyone in my life at all. Um I still don't feel like safe with her. Like I still get my nervous system's just like so activated, especially in the therapy because that's what happens. But my system calmed down enough to like heal a big chunk of trauma, and then after that happened, I was able to stand on business with boundaries because I had healed. So it's like, it is working. But I'm working within the therapy industrial complex, so I'm aware of like I know they have protocols that they have to follow. And that's where I respect it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, about she's liable if something bad were to happen. And then she's like, I think I already said this, but I like to repeat myself. She was apologetic. She's like, sorry, I didn't want to say that. I was like, no, I like that. I want to know the truth, and it helps me to know actually what I was like. Now I can understand, because then I was willing to like compromise in ways, or at least like I could understand her wanting me to be in the room. But at first I'm just like, why would I just do what you say? uh and again, she was never like forcing me ever. She's like, you can leave, obviously I can't stop you, but she was negotiating her boundaries. But but after the session, had a good old chat with good old chat GPT, and we went through it and we broke it down where it's like, that's not really a boundary though. Like your boundary can't, again, like overpower someone else's bodily autonomy. It's like she had the fear of her getting in trouble, and but then she was kind of like, uh it was it's like she needed to budge, and she did. So but I'm on it now, right? I'm on it. But other people too, they would just be, well, this was me for, I'm 31, this was me for like but just my life, like so scared of authority figures, and just fawn response, just like insane people pleasing fawn response, like every time. uh it's like when you're traumatized too, and especially for me, it was a lot of my trauma was like narcissistic abuse. So you gaslight yourself, and like you don't feel like you even get needs. It's like your needs don't matter, and blah 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 blah. So it's like you can totally just fall into, okay, I'll do what you want, or okay, then, oh yeah, who am I to have my need? Or it's just can be hard to advocate for yourself when you're so freaking, you feel like a worthless piece of shit, when you actually feel like you're wrong for existing. That is how someone who, a traumatized person themselves, like narcissistic personality, is a coping mechanism for trauma usually. That's one way someone becomes a narcissist. I feel another way is like someone whose parents did not have like any enough boundaries with them as a child, and then they got this complex that like they're the center of the universe. But often I feel the narcissism stuff is usually, it's like someone's deeply dysregulated in their nervous system. They can't regulate their own nervous system, so they like control other people for them to feel comfortable and safe, so that it becomes like your needs don't fucking matter, mine, you don't. It's like, yeah, it's a whole thing. So why the fuck was I talking about? Okay, let's just get back to the freaking comments. People might be like, you're ignoring comments. Mesa means me in Gunganese. It's a language from Star Wars. I actually never fully watched Star Wars, that they speak in the underground city called Gunga. I've been thinking about doing a reaction to Star Wars though. No one is that deep into Star Wars, not that interesting. No, it's just Darth Vader's story. I think a lot of people are pretty deep into Star Wars though. Kexrim. It is a pretty big deal in this world. The Gunga language doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with etiquette. We don't physically lobotomize now. We don't use prescriptions. The lobotomize, yeah, that was probably when I was talking about drilling holes in the brain, things we don't do anymore. Thank baby Jesus. Thank you, Lord. We don't physically lobotomize. Yeah, the lobotomies. It is, it's frightening. We use prescriptions though. Yeah, it's. I want to catch up with comments, but I want to comment on this comment. So I'm gonna do that. I've had at times a strong stance about the medications. It's like they didn't work for me. Although I did try the ADHD meds and it actually did help, but then it was not meant to be a long-term thing for me. It like helped me get out of this rut cycle. It gave me a pause to my like impulsive, reactive ego self. And then I was able to sort of just sustain that like realization or different way of being. And yeah, I just have always been sensitive to medications. Actually ended up in the hospital from an antidepressant. This is just me and my story. But how I feel about the meds, yeah, I feel like it's sad how it it like I have been like upset about it of like, oh, we're medicalizing trauma and stuff that's like the meds don't actually heal, but it helps symptoms, I guess. But then it, to me, a lot of the medication culture and therapy culture, it kind of like reinforces this a certain suppression of emotions or an association of emotions being bad or wrong. Like, I vibe with anxiety now, dudes. Like, I vibe with it protects me. It protects me. Like, it doesn't control my life anymore. But like, I had to be like, this is actually good. Like, why is this bad? Why is, to me, like any feeling in your body that you're having is not wrong. It's just like sometimes it's coming kind of from maybe a past place or trigger, but it's coming up to be dealt with. It's like, I feel like a lot of times when anxiety, you end up with chronic anxiety, in my case at least, it was probably just like all this like energy. My system too was probably like, something's like not right. I guess I got miswired because of like how I grew up, how I was raised, the way my nervous system was programmed to like fear specific certain things. But it's like the fear itself was never the problem ever. The anxiety was never the problem. It was like how I support myself in having that emotion. It was that I couldn't handle being nervous. And a lot of my anxiety was actually the fear of looking nervous in front of other people. It was like, don't be anxious, don't be anxious. And then when you tell your body, don't be anxious, it's going to be anxious, it's going to be anxious. It's like, my body was like, but I'm fearful, be with me, be with me. Just like, sit with me in the fear and don't abandon yourself and be like, I got to get rid of this fear. I got to get rid of, I can't, the fear means this. The fear means, the fear means I'm getting possessed by demons. The fear means that like, the emotion itself got conflated with these illusions, with certain specific phobias as a way to control it. That is what I feel like my psyche did. It was like, it was never truly about being scared of demons and stuff like that. Like, stuff was never the actual fear. It was just like my brain, it was a way to have control over the fear, was to make it about a certain thing, I feel. So it's like being scared of demons or getting possessed. It's like, now I'm going to compulsively recite Bible verses to like get me to not feel that fear. But that fear too specifically came from like religious trauma and Christianity. And but I'm gonna move along. Let's move along. Let's move along because it's getting. I got to take a shit. John had to go take a shit. Probably way back. He's probably done now. He's probably done like an hour ago because I'd be rambling. No, I'm not laying. I just want. Okay, we're talking about the Darth Vader. He dies about his children. Okay, Star Wars. I honestly, guys, I get self-conscious to stop talking because of how like obvious it makes the fact that I was just like blah, 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 like on end forever, that I almost don't want to take the pause, because I don't know. Yeah, I can still be self-conscious about just like the way I am. First, I hate meds. First impression, pretty much I hate meds. There's, oh yeah, the med thing. I wanted to finish my full thought on that. It's gonna take a fucking hour. Oh my god, stop. Where's that other thing people did where they drill a hole in their head themselves? No. Forgot what's called different lobotomy. I know about wasn't it the Catholic priests drilling the holes to release the evil spirits? But I don't know about people doing it themselves. Maybe, so sad. Like there's probably were people that were like, can't afford, the Exorcist. So, the people that couldn't even afford the the just insane barbaric treatment methods. It's just that's all they had at the time. They were probably like happy. I actually did it. I did research about the drilling the holes in the skull to release evil spirits, and it had it didn't actually just have a placebo effect. It released swelling in the brain, so they weren't just doing it for mental health, but they did it for other ailments too, and it did actually work to an extent. It was like their ramshackle way of helping relieve someone who was having like, they had a certain issue where they had swelling of their brain. It's I hate to even think about it. It's swelling of their brain, so then the whole released that tension or pressure. And so it actually did help to a certain extent, and because they didn't have any other way to maybe relieve that. That was like the only thing they had at the time. So and these people were like, they really believed all this shit, and that was the culture at the time, was like, if you were mentally ill, like you're possessed by demons. So then this is where, it's like fear, and then it becomes your truth. Okay, this is happening. You're trying to make sense of it. You're trying to make sense of the mental health. And like the people at the time, the only way they can make sense of it is like, this is what's happening. It's like a demon in your head. And then they have a solution for you, right? It's like, we could drill, so sad. We could drill a fucking hole in your head, get rid of that. And belief is so strong, folks. Honestly, belief is so strong that I think it did, like, big quotes here, help them psychologically, but it didn't ever heal them. Like, it kept them in that very toxic, barbaric, horrible belief that there's like demons in their head. It's just so sad. I don't vibe with the Christianity. What is written on your shirt? It censored it because you said shit by accident. The freaking YouTube is like, I have to approve so many comments. It says I'm a ray of fucking sunshine. Okay, keep up with the chat. Oh my god. Okay, what's the subject? Okay, I just like can't not just take one glimpse at least at every single comment, and that's also why it takes so long with the comments. Generally, don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I just did it first. I don't know. I know it gets a bit off the rails. Comments before people talk. Like process, then keep talking. Just keep pausing every minute. Okay, I need to pause more. Okay. Maybe I need to pause more. It's a lot. I wish I have a remote to pause people, change topics in real life. I know, it's annoying. This is my info dump, okay? This is my info dump. It's a neurodivergent thing. I use this to info dump, and it's annoying as fuck because it's like blah 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 blah. But like, I do this so I don't do this to my partner, Sean. It would be an invasion of someone else's autonomy to info dump on them. This much. It's communication. You gotta let the other person know that you need time to process it. They actually show you with it's communication. You gotta let the other person know that you need time to process. That actually shows people you care if you're taking your time with the subject. I'm trying. Yeah, I don't mask on here. I don't even know if that's about me. I don't even know if it's about me. Like, I have to try to process these things also so fast, which is not. Like, I can't process when I read other people's shit. It just takes me forever to actually process it. But I'm like, I'm in a rush to finish the comments, so Have you heard of dancing? The dancing fever in the 1600s, people broke out. Blah. Let's slow down. Have you heard of dancing fever in the 1600s? People broke out in dancing till they died from exhaustion. It was a contagious dancing phenomenon. Yes, phenomenon. Yes, I was fully researching that the other day, and I believe it was related to trauma. I believe it was a trauma release. I feel like people got in a trauma loop. They started dancing. Life at the time seemed so crazy. I don't know who wouldn't be traumatized to the max. So I feel like one person started dancing and it was almost it was like a somatic release potentially of trauma, and then it got stuck in a trauma loop for some reason. Who knows, they might have been like feeling shame that they were randomly dancing, and then the shame spiral, it just like maybe one trigger led to another trigger, and then they kept triggering, but it was like body wants to move, but this is weird, but body wants I don't know. I just feel like it got, yeah, obviously got stuck in a loop, and then also other people seeing it, their nervous systems were maybe affected by it. Like we co-regulate, so like other people's energy and nervous systems affects other people. That's what I think it was. But yeah, it's very creepy. Like they couldn't stop dancing. Anyone has moon in Cancer too. I have my moon in Cancer. This new moon in Cancer has me horny. Yeah, the freaking it's a new moon, right? It's a new, or is it a full moon? My mental health is bad. Oh no, I'm sorry about that. I've heard of dancing fever, weird event. I don't know what caused it. Very psychological. If you take psychedelics, you can feel that feeling of someone in your head. It's wild. Bad trips are actually bad. Yep. Is this about the demon stuff? Oh yeah, I get paranoid. I don't smoke the weed. I don't do the drugs. It's ironically, people think like I'm so on drugs. It's like I'm so scared of them. No, you're perfect. Keep talking. Well, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. You're right. Pharmaceuticals could be a good tool, but they have become the end of the road for too many lifelong journeys. Adderall and antidepressants combo is bad news. Yeah, the thing with, it's like I feel like the pharmaceuticals weren't designed to be long term, but then they became long term. It's those meds, yeah, it just became long term, and then it sucks. Certain antidepressants are so hard to get off of that people are stuck on them just because of how bad the withdrawal is. Like they can't get off of them. I'm just gonna try to catch up with the comments. Shout out, birthday 3 days. Shout out to Lily. Happy early birthday. Scott France is back. I believe I've seen them before, so this is what goes on when the door is closed, huh? Imagine you got stuck dancing. That would suck so hard. Yes. How did you grow the mustache? From the mascara bottle. Since I read that dancing thing, I got scared it would have happened to me. You can't fear to open up and be yourself. That's called the shadow self. Yes, the part that you suppress to fit the conformity of others. Yes, the masking, the shadow, the ego layer that tries to keep me safe, like the fear ego. Like people tend to associate ego with like negative things, or just your ego with arrogance, like having an ego. But I talk about ego being even people pleasing. It's like trying to get the approval of others. That's an ego layer to me. The hair is completely natural. I can confirm. I have a shout out because my birthday is okay. Wait. Would you rather have a gay son or daughter? I don't. No comment. I'd have to like. I don't know. I don't. It's for a research paper. As long as they're happy. Thanks. It wouldn't. I just don't think it would matter. I'd just be like different children with different experiences, but I don't know. That research paper depends on you ask. Hey, are you Mr. Mr. Hanky? Christmas Pool is a gay. Oh my god. Thanks guys for all the. It's like, I guess the it's fun when it's like the chat is when there's lots of chat to go through, it's like the lives vibing, and it's cool that people are having combos and or we're talking, and but then I'm like, not the best to keep it up, but the doctor doesn't always say there's withdrawal from the SSRI. The doctor doesn't always say, oh, they don't. Yeah, I think before you go on it, they should have a freaking disclaimer. Because they'll just, excuse me, I only have like one person to go off this direct experience, but someone who it's like they only maybe had, they who just like were in a low point. It's like they didn't have like a long-term depression as much. It's their criteria is like only 2 weeks. So it's my friend's sister, like it was just so, she was just telling me when she got antidepressants, she was like, she just went to this appointment, she like walked out with antidepressants. It's just like, they're so easy to kind of like write it up, right? And do the prescription. But it's like the person might not always know what they're getting themselves into. It's like, are they in a little bit of a dip? Are they, is it a really bad month? Is it a really bad couple weeks? Is it situational? At the time my friend was telling me her sister, it was like, she might have had a breakup recently. She said it was situational to her, she thought, or there was definitely like situational elements that were heightening what was going on with her. But she was like, yeah, she just went in and like walked out with prescription right away. And it's just, these things do have such a impact on your brain. There's a lot of different SSRIs and they just randomly pick one, it seems. Yeah, and different ones. Because my partner's on one Prozac, it really helps his OCD. But he was on a different one. I can't remember what it's called. He was on a different one before that, and it just wasn't really making any difference for him. So then he got off it. But it was like, it was brutal, and I can't remember what brand it is. But I was researching it the other day, and it was just talking about the brand that it was saying that one was specifically notorious for being hard to get off of, and compared to other ones, it was saying there was other ones where it was like, no, it's actually not that hard to get off of. Maybe I was looking into Wellbutrin, because that one's different. That one actually affects, it affects the same, I think it's neurotransmitters. It affects the same neurotransmitters that that ADHD meds affect, Wellbutrin. So it's a different kind of antidepressant, and I think it was saying that one's like not hard to get off of. Lexapro, maybe. You look like you was at the club TikTok dude. I don't know that guy. Can you grab the camera for Lamar Jackson edit? I don't know what it is. What do you mean grab the camera? I don't know. How do you grab the camera? Like, I don't know what the edits are for. Look at me keeping up with comments. Look at me keeping it more short and sweet, you guys. You ever been cheated on? How do you heal? I haven't been fully cheated on because I wasn't in... So I can't even speak on this because there wasn't much to heal. But I was kind of dramatic back in the day because of the anxious attachment style. So let me just think about it. I wasn't fully cheated on. It's like I had a fling with this guy in Quebec. And I was there for the summer learning the French language. And then just watch me go on like the longest story ever. I just said I was keeping up with the comments and keeping it short and sweet. But like, guys, I gotta have some long stories. I had a little fling with him, and then one of my gal friends, part of the group, so I was on this like language learning French camp, but this guy was from Quebec. He was a local. He was like a Quebecan guy, and my friend told me, so we were kind of like dancing in the club, like we kind of had a thing, but we weren't in like an actual relationship, but we kind of had a thing. And then my friend, she was like, Antoine was like hitting on me, and then this, and she just sort of told me, but I didn't really care. That's like the closest. I'm so lucky and privileged. That's like the closest I've gotten to someone cheating on me. Was, I don't even think anything really sort of happened, but he was just sort of flirting or trying to hit on other girls or like get with other girls. So I'm not, I haven't, I have no right to fucking talk about this, but, I just want to think about it for a sec, like, what would I do? God, I'm lucky because it causes freaking, like, it causes, like, cheating PTSD. It causes, for some people, that then they are very, they can't trust, like, in the new relationship. I'm watching Vanderpump Rules. Please no spoilers, because I'm only on season 9 or something. But Stassi, she had been cheated on, and now she's with Beau. At least where I'm at. I hope they don't break up. But she's like having really hard time. Like, he's not a cheater at all or whatever. But she's like triggered, right? And like worried about him staying out later with the guys, when they're partying. She wants him to go to bed at the same time as him, and she's so triggered. So I'm trying to think like how I would heal. Okay, now it's like I'm spending, it's like, the comments, I'm getting so behind, but it's like you opened a can of worms to my psyche that I want to think about this. It's like probably something to research for another time, but I still just want to think about what I would do, even though I haven't been cheated on. So I'd be, gosh, to heal. I think it does I feel like the next okay, so on your own there'd be a certain level of healing on your own. I would discern, so I would try to figure out if the cheating caused any beliefs about myself. Say like, oh, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. A lot of people will then, they might blame themselves why it happened, right? They might get cheated on, and then they can make it about them. Oh, it's because, and then maybe if they know who cheated on them. I hope you haven't been cheated on. Like, if this is, maybe you're asking me because you have, I'm like, that fucking sucks. It's like, realize if you're blaming yourself and you gotta freaking deprogram that shit, because it's not you, it's them. They did a horrible thing. There's like no reason to cheat. There's no reason. So you don't need to reason with like that it's, if you're blaming yourself, that it's like your fault. So that's a step of the healing. I would watch, this is what I do. I binge YouTube videos that validate. So I would just binge YouTube, like I would just search in the YouTube, how do you heal from being cheated on? I'd go on the Reddit, I'd go on the ChatGPT, yeah, do all that, listen to other people and their experiences. And then if you get into a new relationship, they're probably, no matter what, no matter how much you heal on their own, there may still be like the echoes of that, wound that happened from having been cheated on. So then your new partner maybe needs to be on board with like realizing you might have more, at first at least, more preferences or needs. If you can realize what would help you too, like, hey, if we could just try to do this extra check-in, if you go out for the night and this, like, could we check in on text? And then, but then, yeah, it's hard. You got to also realize you got to stand on business. You got to stand on business with, with maybe your needs and realizing if it's compatible or not. It's like, probably don't want to get into a relationship with a avoidant attachment person with like an avoidant attachment style after you've been cheated on, because that might be triggering. But okay, let's just sum that up with that I don't know how to end things. I don't know how to do beginning, middle, end. It's just diverging and then abruptly ending the divergence. Everyone should just be nihilistic of the relearn to want this. Keep on how to smoked a shrimp size blunt. Okay, take care, Alyssa. You're awesome. You're awesome, Scott. Bye. You probably left an hour ago. I was on the ramble. OCD is misunderstood. I don't know. It's like, because I don't have it, but I read a lot about it. It's different than most people think. I've had, I definitely, I don't know if I like, still have OCD. It's like I have such a handle on it, but I've had like OCD. I've had actual OCD to like a degree that's like dysfunctional, but like I have that type of tendency, and for me, I feel like it came as a coping mechanism. It for me, it was a coping mechanism for childhood trauma. The dancing fever was a social contagion. It wasn't about trauma. This had been repeated many times. It stems from the need to fit in, especially with a victim type status still happening today. I don't know. It could be, but I do still feel like there is a trauma element. It's like it could be different people are doing it for different reasons. But I feel like there was a somatic bodily element. Oh my God, how am I at the end of the comments? Oh my God, guys, how did that happen? That's what it was. People are so fearful to be themselves if it means being different. Needing to fit in, but not... As far as I investigate with the dancing one, it didn't become the majority of the people. It was like a good amount of people, but the norm was still not to be dancing. It wasn't, it started with one person, and then, so if I'm reading your comment right and I'm not flipping it, it was like a one outlier randomly dancing, I guess, in the street is what it started with. They don't actually know, I think they might actually know the person's name who started it, but there wasn't much other information. And then other people started to join in, but it started with just one person, one by one. And then, I don't know, it's like, to me, they were kind of doing the opposite of fitting in. Once it got going, yes, then there was people, that makes sense. There could be people once it got going and they see this group and then they're like, ooh, I want to be a part of that. But from what I read too, it did not seem like a conscious thing. It seemed like a subconscious thing. And it became and then they couldn't stop doing it. They said it was involuntary and they couldn't stop. Like they weren't they like were suffering. They weren't eating. I think people died. They were getting dehydrated and they wanted to stop, apparently, it seems, but they couldn't stop. And then they carried people. Did they go to a holy site? They might have prayed somewhere. I think they like took people to some place to before it ended. They were trying things to get it to end, and so they managed to like get people somewhere to help them. Maybe they went to some sort of guru thing. I don't know. I'm getting it wrong, but why are you wearing that? Just curious. To deter the creeps. Just tell yourself you're better than anyone and anything. I wouldn't dance till I died to fit in. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I want to look it up again, guys, because I want to refresh myself on really sort of how many people it was. It's in the 1600s with, I can't remember what it's called, but what was the dancing epidemic again in the 1600s? No song is that good. It started, from what I remember, it's no music. It just started no music, and then they started playing for them. They actually supported it and validated it, thinking that would help. So they had, I think they made spaces for them to dance, and they like played music for them, but it didn't actually help. Might have made it worse, but it started like sans music to begin with. Okay, the dancing plague of 1518. This is ChatGPT. You are describing a social contagion. It starts with one or a few. The next to join were those closest to her. Well, we don't know if that's factually correct. but I can appreciate your difference of opinion. It was a dancing mania of 1350 or something like that. Dancing plague of 1518 mass dancing mania in Strasbourg. Oh, is there a different one in 1350? Okay, so I've been thinking this whole time. I've been thinking of the 1518, the dancing plague of 1518. I might have been talking about a different. Yeah, the dancing mania in Strasbourg. That's the one that I've been talking about this whole time, and how I feel like it was related to trauma, collective trauma of the people at the time, and someone started dancing. It was almost like a somatic release, and then. But it kept looping. They couldn't stop. It's like their body had too much fucking trauma and it released all at once, and then it got stuck. It's like it needed to be in more spurts. I don't know. That's like my analyzation of maybe what to explain it. But 1350, I don't know about that one, so I'm gonna look that up. Now, brother, I'd be tired and stop. I've been to a club and everyone was dancing and danced till I died. Didn't you used to react to videos or something? There's another channel that I do with my partner that we reacted to Indian content. And then on this channel I've done some reactions to things, but that's been a while since I did that. So there's been several different ones. Ooh, okay, interesting. Look up the 1350. We're looking up the dancing mania of 1350 on ChatGPT. If anyone's just joining us. It was one of the earliest major outbreaks of the bizarre phenomenon that later became known as the dancing plague or St. Vitus's plague. So there was a different dancing plague besides Strasbourg as well. Oh, sorry. Fuck. It's the same thing. The dancing mania of 1350 is the dancing plague or St. Vitus's dance thing. So it was also a dancing plague, so people died, it seems here too. It wasn't a single isolated event, but part of a broader pattern of mass psychogenic episodes that swept through medieval Europe, with the 1350 outbreak being particularly notable because of its timing right after the Black Death. I can't help but see kind of the timing being right after a really, really traumatic cultural event, such as the Black Death. The Black Death's the Black Plague, isn't it? The bubonic plague. Yeah, the freaking witch doctors with the beaks and shit, like Black Plague, mice, Ring Around the Rosie, Black Death. Okay, just wanted to make sure. So right after this like insanely traumatic bubonic plague, then you have this dancing mania. So could have been an attempt at a trauma release that just got stuck on loop. What happened in 1350? Let's check into some comments. There were several different ones. What's the topic of discussion? LOL. It started with standing on business, and then but right now we are on we're talking about the plagues, different dancing plagues in medieval times. So I'm learning about the dancing mania of 1350. And my hunch with these things have been that's related to trauma. But someone in the comments was talking about it being social contagion, like to trying to fit in, but it's kind of like people were dying. So curious. I'm just curious about the details. I'm trying to refresh myself, but I didn't even realize there was other specific dancing ones. I've heard of other social contagions, but I didn't know there was multiple dancing social contagions. So I had known about the one in 1518, but it's just interesting that there's this one that happened before that. So large groups of people, sometimes hundreds, would suddenly begin dancing uncontrollably often in trance-like or frenzied state. Symptoms, they would dance for hours or days, collapse from exhaustion, cry out in pain, scream, hallucinate, or claim to be possessed. That's important. Some were said to be unable to stop dancing unless forcibly restrained or physically incapacitated. Why were they dancing? Landing theories. Mass psychogenic illness, mass hysteria. The emotional trauma. See? The emotional trauma of the Black Death left many communities psychologically fragile. Grief, fear of damnation, religious fervor, social tension could have triggered collective dissociative states. Dancing provided socially sanctioned release. That's what I'm talking about. But also ChatGPT might be catered to my hunches because it knows me and I talk about trauma a lot. But this is apparently a leading theory that other people have theorized. Dancing provided socially sanctioned release, possibly a subconscious attempt at self-purification. Interesting. My take on it, too, is like, they probably felt weird. I think I'd already said this, but, okay, how the trauma looped. I just maybe looped. I want to just say it again to clarify. Okay. Say their body just started to involuntarily do movements. We don't even know if it's necessarily dancing. It could have looked like dancing, but what if they were stimming? Maybe they were stimming, guys. They were doing like a nervous system regular. Nervous system was trying to regulate. And then my hunch though is like their body started doing something that then they were kind of freaked out by. It's like, why am I doing this? And then they maybe got triggered that they were doing that and being weird. Or it's like, I'm possessed, I don't want to do it. And it just like triggered more fear though. And then their body was trying to maybe deal with that fear, so it kept stimming. And then they just got fucking stuck like that. I don't know. Why would you dress as poo? To deter the creepy men on this platform that say interesting things to me. It's actually been a really good deterrent. Often there would also be cries for help from the affected if the victims did not succumb to a heart attack. This is like so crazy. They would collapse from extreme exhaustion, hunger, and thirst. Yeah, they wouldn't eat, they wouldn't sleep, they wouldn't shit, or they'd be shitting in the street. It's not funny. Sorry, it's not funny. Just the poo stuff, it makes me... I'm also wearing a poo hat, but, oh, it's so horrible. You can't even, like, comprehend. Did we have past lives? Did we have past lives where we were in the, like, were we one of the dancers at a certain point? And that's why it's like we still have that generational trauma or something. It's like we all have anxiety disorders now. It's like current trauma. It's the generational trauma. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but the Native Americans danced the same way. The Christian religion being forced upon them, they combined it with their own to form the ghost dances. Ooh. Interesting. The Christian religion being forced upon them. Oh, so they combined the Christian dances with their own ghost dances. Ooh. The victims' movements were described as spasmodic with many convulsions. Bob UFO must be on ChatGPT too. Or you just have this retained in your cerebellum. And you went down that rabbit hole. You retained that info. Because, I do want to bring this up at a dinner party. I want to retain this for myself. I want to know the facts, like Bob UFO, so I can set the family dinner. This is going to be my topic, but it's like people aren't going to probably want to know about it, but I'm going to want to info dump somewhere. Just like, guys, did you know it's crazy? Did you know that people, they couldn't stop? It's not even funny. It's actually... Yeah, it's not even fun. It's, I just can't comprehend. The victims move, okay. Oh, no. The victims' movements were described as spasmodic, with many convulsions, and their bodies were left drenched in sweat. Their arms would thrash violently, and some noted that their eyes were vacant and expressionless. Yes, it is very creepy. I see why they thought they were possessed. But I feel like there's been a huge... I feel like trauma has been enmeshed with ideas, like beliefs of possession, demonic possession. Because of the Christian indoctrination, I don't vibe with Christianity, not telling anyone else what to believe or do. It's just my experience. Did not help me. It traumatized me. I thought I was evil because you learn that you're born a sinner and bad. Like Jesus died for your sins, and that, like, you being born, you were already just shitty apparently. But Jesus died for you because you're a sinner, and you have to always control that and not sin or whatever. So I actually thought I was evil and that, and then fear response and trauma symptoms would associate with like being possessed. So my vision would go dark, and I was just so scared of... I was like scared of my own fear. I talked about this earlier, being just scared of the fear itself, but I was actually just scared of somatic bodily things that are tied to just the human body and fear and trauma responses. Or I think this is just my theory, is like I feel like the Catholic priests, exorcists have conflated trauma symptoms and stuff with demonic things. I know they claim to like see people levitating. I also feel like a fragmented psyche, like a psyche so in this illusion, that you can see things. I've been on like the verge of psychosis, and I would start to experience, it would feel so real. Like I was so scared. Thank God never actually saw anything, because I was like, I would lose my shit if I saw anything. I would lose my shit. I feel like it's a shadow self. It's interesting how people talk about like shadow people. A lot of traumatized people, it seems, see maybe shadow figures, or kids do. I was looking after a girl in a group home, and she would see like shadow people, but she had like very intense trauma from a young age, and like very, very PTSD provoking experience where her psyche may have sort of fragmented in a way to like protect her. It's like in her shadow side maybe, or subconscious, there's like the trauma, and I feel like it shows up metaphorically sometimes in people's reality, that I don't feel like it's real, but it's like it's just when you get really paranoid, like if you it's so like not something that's not as intense, where you don't actually see like shadow things, and that would be having a different perception of reality, like thinking everyone's out to get you, thinking just if you've been traumatized and like you're just convinced that someone is trying to screw you over, and they're actually not, like it's like that's not the reality, that's not what's happening, but you're so in your subconscious experience, or your like distorted reality, right? You're in your own distorted perception. So I feel like having visual things is kind of like just a heightened, distorted reality. I don't think anything's actually there. Because also, guys, the shadow beings or things seem to be like not actually, they're blurry, or it's like it's not like an actual it's just, I don't know really. Well, I've seen like random things at times when I'm half asleep, or I've like been so scared of seeing a ghost or something. I did one time. I like woke up on the couch, like I was like, but I was kind of obsessing or worried about seeing a ghost, or I've just had this like insane fear of the unknown since I was a little child, and nothing was ever there for me at all, ever. Like this is like, I feel like this is my truth. This is how I feel about reality, is I feel like it's just sort of illusions. It's like nothing. I never needed to even protect myself from anything. I didn't need to do any protection spell or anything. Like I don't vibe with New Age either. I don't vibe with like Christianity. I just like I have my own sort of chill reality where it's like any fear-based anything, in my opinion, is an illusion. Besides like, you know, real physical things that happen, like lightning that can kill you, or it's sort of like, but these ideas that you can't actually really prove, but they're kind of narratives, or it's trying to make sense of something of the unknown. So like it's demons, it's this, it's that. And then like I don't vibe with fear-based stuff though, where it's like encouraging you to fear something. I'm immediately fucking wary when it's like, no, that's an illusion. If I'm being encouraged to kind of live in fear of the devil, it's like, no, thank you. Not anymore. No, that made me suffer. How did we even get to this? So I feel like the Catholic priests, when they do their exorcisms and like the people they say they're shaking and stuff, I feel like that's related to trauma and somatics of the body. I feel like it's just their way of making sense of it is through their it's just like their story, it's their spin on things. I feel like every religion is trying to make sense of the truth, or like of what reality is. And it's like that's why all the religions, like they all have this like similar, they have like a thread of the core of the thing. There's some truth in it, you know, or there's sort of like a core of something, but it's just like distorted with so much illusion and fear-based stuff and this. And but it's like, so it's like whatever religion it is, it's just like a different story spin or making sense of an unknown thing. But to me, it's actually way more boring than these fantastical stories of like it's the devil and this and that. I just feel like we're people, we're all kind of, I feel like, okay, now we're getting to like actual, okay, wait, let me just like check the fucking comments first. The Christian religion was not forced upon anybody, good Lord. Was not forced upon anyone, the Christian. I think back in the day though, when it was, back in the day, I do think the Christian religion was, it was illegal to not be Christian. I could ask the ChatGPT. Was the Christian religion ever forced on anyone in history? Dave, yeah, it is by a lot of parents to their kids. I read a lot on Wikipedia. Haha. Good morning, shithead. Haha. Thank you. It's actually night here, but good morning. Oh, my best friend's name is Alyssa. Oh, and spelt the same way. Because usually people spell it with a Y. Thought I was special, but there's another Alyssa with an I. That is Kayla B's friend. I'm not so important. Yes, okay, this is ChatGPT. Yes, Christianity was absolutely forced on people throughout history, often through violence, coercion, colonization, and cultural erasure. While Christianity also spread peacefully in some places through missionaries and voluntary conversion, many major expansions involved conquest and systemic pressure. And then there's some major examples, such as the Roman Empire. Emperor Theodosius made it the official state religion. Pagan practices were increasingly criminalized. Yeah, they were constantly, back in the day, they were constantly criminalizing. You weren't allowed to be a different religion. Like, you weren't allowed to worship. Well, first of all, why did Jesus even get crucified? It's because he wasn't following the narrative of the Old Testament, and it's like it was like, oh, he's trying to be God himself, or he's an imposter and whatever. So they killed him. If that's true, I don't know. I believe Jesus, like a person named Jesus existed and everything. I don't know what actually fully happened. I feel like there was a cool hippie dude and his name was Jesus, and he was he was just an awakened person, and he wasn't an illusion, and he was trying to share these things And then the people at the time made a religion out of it that was not what he was actually saying. I believe he was talking about self-empowerment. Healthy self-empowerment, like not to be a egoic, like narcissistic person at all. It's just interesting how, so I don't vibe with new age. Like new age to me is the new Christianity. It's very tainted with like Christian themes and shit. Just like instead of demons, it's like dark entities, negative entities. So we need to cast them away. But it's interesting. So like Christianity will criticize, with new age, they'll criticize a lot of the self-empowerment stuff. It's like, no, you have to worship God and Jesus, just like worship, them. And I literally watched this video today where the girl was just some things that she brought up of like, this is bad and it's seen as, demonic, just someone that had crystals and shit and they were just like recharging their crystals. It's like, how dare you? None of these things to me have meaning. It's like what you embed it with, and then things can be used. I don't know, just all the I don't know how to explain. It's someone. Okay, Jay Castillo, you said this earlier and you keep saying it. Shithead. This message, goofy looking ass. Yeah, I'm fucking goofy. I agree with trauma as a cause in theory, but there has been no time in human history when there wasn't trauma. And there has never been a time humans were free from psychogenic illness. There's never been a time humans were free. No time in history when there wasn't trauma. Weapons of Fair, were you talking about the plague thing being a social contagion? Is that what you're talking about? Isn't that psychogenic illness? Are you saying, though, what it said it was is like the psychogenic illness, which had, I don't know, yeah, that's what it's saying, mass psychogenic illness, saying the emotional trauma. And yeah, there's always been trauma. The but is just throwing me off. I don't know if you are debating if it was not as much the trauma thing, because like there's just always been trauma, so then what does this make? It's had to be something more extra. Like, why there's always trauma, so like why all of a sudden they randomly dance when there's always trauma going on? Like, wouldn't there always be dances? Maybe that is the point you're making. I feel like the dances were happening at like such an insane level of trauma. It was saying this one, the other one was saying it happened right after the Black Death, and then, or no, was that this one? No, this one was saying right after the Black Death. So it's like, yeah, there's always trauma, but then I feel like there's like heightened levels of, when there's a war or something, and then that just, and then after that, it's just like people be traumatized more than usual, I think. And then I think that's what, it starts with a group or individual with trauma, it starts with a group or individual with trauma, but as the name contagion implies, it spreads to otherwise healthy people. That could be true. I think it's a mix, but I feel like I don't know about the healthy people though. They might have just joined in for a song or two. I don't feel that the healthy people were the ones who couldn't stop though. But who was healthy, and then did most of the people who did it, most of those people, like, were there some people that they just danced for a bit and then they stopped, or like most of the people who joined in the dancing, like they all couldn't stop, they weren't drinking, they weren't eating? Those are the freaking stats that I would be curious to know, those details, because to me that would explain, because I just don't see non-traumatized. I just feel like who wasn't traumatized at the time to begin with though, so I feel like most, if not, yeah, I feel like most of the people were dancing for like extended periods of time, and it was more subconscious, like they couldn't actually control it or stop. But at the time, if they had reports of people just like, oh, I just want to join in consciously and have fun, maybe there were some people who's like, oh, this looks like fun, and they kind of joined in. But I feel like it was mostly about these people that just like could not stop against their will, and it was didn't seem like much of a choice. The simultaneous intelligence and cringe looks great on you. Haha, thank you. Hey Dave, you might want to read a history book unless you don't. Someone's being sassy. Someone's being sassy. Hey Dave, you might want to read a history book unless you don't consider torture and threat of imprisonment or death force. Am I lost? I might be confusing everything. I don't know what Dave said. Unless you don't consider torture. Don't consider torture and threat of... sorry. This is the Christian stuff of we were talking about. Dave probably was... It was probably, would have been Dave who had said that Christianity's like never been enforced. Dave just doesn't know the historical things with the Christian things, but not everyone knows. So Paul went to prison for spreading the gospel. Paul went to prison, really? Didn't Paul start the whole Christianity thing? Like, he had a lot to do with it way after. Wasn't the Bible put together 100 years after Jesus died or something like that? I could be wrong. Taking the chakras to church is frowned upon. Yes, trauma is a basis, but not the reason it spread. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up. Why do you look like a dude and sound like a chick? Because I don't conform to the gender norms. I don't know, I'm just being me. Like, I don't think about it. I don't think. Take that crab off your head. No. I want to cover my beauty. I'm just a person. I want to talk about topics. So this is a deterrent from people focusing on my face because I want to fucking talk about the real shit, okay? I want to talk about the illusions of the society that we're still living in, the fear-based BS. A dancing plague is always occurring. We just can't always agree upon what constitutes a psychogenic illness until afterwards. Is a dancing plague always occurring, though? There's not. There could be a few people individually having this thing happen. But there, as far as I know, there's not a mass hysteria currently going on. Because we do get, maybe we still hear about them all in the news. I want to research that. It's like, when did these mass hysteria dances stop? Because we maybe do it in different forms. We have mass hysteria in different forms, but I don't think we do the dancing one as much. I wish we did. I don't wish we're like dying from dancing and can't stop. I just wish we did just dance more. The healthy way of still eating and drinking water and shitting when we need to go to the bathroom, and just like being able to function in life, still dance, but not be stuck dancing and then dying from that. But I wish, we could just have like a casual dance. But no, but I guess people dance in the clubs while drinking the alcohol, and you know what? I should probably make my way to the club sober, Sally. I've done this before. I've just gone completely sober, just by myself. I've gone at least one time back in the day. I just went to the club completely sober, alone, to just dance, to have a dance floor and music and the lights and the things to dance. And also, I guess, amongst people, to be at a dance party, not just alone. Sometimes I have I've done solo dance party on live stream. I've done that. But I think we need to just have more dancing, expression of, I think we just, more movement of body. I don't think we need to be sitting in chairs as much as we sit in chairs. I'm going to be rocking on the floor now, I think. I hated visiting. I hated like visits with people. I just never felt comfortable adulting where you don't get to sit on the floor anymore for some reason, or it's seen as weird, or like something's wrong. Maybe not. I don't know. I just want to like chill and, stim it out on the floor, or just bust a move. Sometimes I do just want to bust a move. It's like I have talked too much. I've sat too much with the adults. And it's boring as fuck, and I need to dance. So I might just have to do that. Dancing mania, also known as choreomania, is not known to occur in recent times. Choreomania, like choreography. with was anyone choreographing dances for them? They're like, here, try this. This might help. It's not known to occur in recent times. People don't dance till they die at any given time. Buddy, quit happening in the 17th century. Yeah. Okay, people. Hello. Said hi. Are you actually said hi wave? Is there a wave function thing that people do that? And then in the chat it goes, like Grey Wolf said hi, and then there's like a fancy wave emoji. Is there like a way to say hi on a live? Do you press a button? Can someone explain what that is? Weapons, you talk about stuff you don't have a clue. People being sassy. But yeah, people are just, sometimes people confidently say things that aren't truth. I don't know, that's okay. It happens. It happens, but some people be uninformed, but speaking as if they are very informed. And yeah. My first impression, by the way, about an act like everything you say is fact. Yeah. Hey, girl. Hey. Okay. So, I did want to finish about, because man, I'm still kind of integrating all of these new sort of beliefs that I have of the illusions and the fear-based stuff, and I want to put it into a nice, well thought out, condensed version of a video, but right now it's not that. But it's like I don't even know how to explain. I write in my journal about it, and then when I don't have my notes, it's like, how do I express how I feel? Like, how do you sum it up? It's just, it is very simple. It's like yeah, it's just trying to think what do I actually think what's really going on? I kind of think I already said it, but I feel like I didn't like sum it up as much as I wanted to. Oh yeah, I started talking about it. Like, okay, I feel this is my belief of what reality is and what's going on. So I feel like it's kind of like a video game. I feel like Earth, the experience is an experience of, it's like there's these illusions, and a lot of them too are like illusions that they end up keeping certain people in power and control. But I honestly feel there's nothing to fear, but I feel like gotten caught in these fear-based realities before. I feel like fear, we need to have the fear response. It's good, it's healthy. But at the end of the day, I do feel like we actually, It's kind of like the majority of people or enough people have to be on board though to actually change these systems of power and control. But even within this, like the matrix control, I feel like you can fully free yourself and like empower yourself at least psychologically. But yeah, it's like you might be physically, like people being held hostage. I do just think of that. It's like, oh, how can they be free? Obviously, they're not at all physically free at all whatsoever. But if we all just awakened to our true selves, there wouldn't be. It's all ego. I just feel like it's all ego. Like what people say is the devil and evil. I feel like it's ego, human ego, just gone fucking haywire. It's like the other extreme of empathic and human and um like yeah, like human is being empathic and is that, but it's like the other extreme. I do feel like we're all capable of like horrible things. I feel like we're all in the wrong environment. It's like if you are just only surrounded by certain belief systems or people, like you totally get brainwashed into that. Like anyone in an environment for a certain amount of time and this and that. Like I feel like we are kind of born a bit more of a clean slate in a way. Although I think people can have trauma in the womb even or certain chemicals going on of the mother carrying. Um, so I just feel, yeah, what we call evil and that it's like it's a human survival ego gone fucking cray cray to the ultimate point. It's very counterintuitive too, to the point of like killing other humans. It's like not even beneficial anymore to the race. It's like our natural state is to cohabitate and help each other. Like we're just way more empathic and social, like just like the way that we are. Oh, I was listening to this thing the other day and it was actually talking about the misconception of that we uh oh, it was talking about Darwin's theory of evolution. It's talking about survival of the fittest, and it was challenging the survival of the fittest um theory, or it was saying that Darwin wasn't actually saying that. Like what he actually said wasn't just the strongest survive and that's evolution, whatever. I don't know, I want to look more into this. It was talking about these different circumstances where it wasn't just all competition, whatever. I think that's not real. But I just like I don't think at our core we are these like super competitive, super egoic people. It's just it's like the culture and it's the power and it's the control, and it's like unfortunately I think there's just too many sociopaths in power. There's just too many sociopaths running things. So and unfortunately I think the empaths can be way more easily manipulatable. Is that a fuck public service announcement? If you're a people pleaser, especially learn about emotional manipulation. Honestly, people pleasing in and of itself is kind of like like it's an emotional manipulation too. That's like a nice emotional manipulation, but it's like or not emotional manipulation, but you're trying to get your needs met by conforming yourself to be what you think the other person wants, so that you want to get a certain outcome from them and you want them to treat you a certain way. It's actually manipulative, but it's kind of like the other end of the spectrum of like dark manipulation. But it's like if you don't have boundaries and shit, if you are too empathic for your own good that you enmesh with other people and you just don't look after yourself, it's just you have like a guilt complex. Like I highly recommend don't do things that I don't want to tell people what to do, but I just recommend, I don't know, it's like a public service announcement that I'm making that no one has to fucking do or follow, but it has changed my life to learn about emotional manipulation and study it so fucking hard and realize a lot of these things are kind of normalized, and then it's annoying because like this manipulation and this like power and control stuff is like embedded into so many into a lot of systems. And it's just like so many of our systems are built on conforming and like power and control. It's just like it just like a lot of our systems reinforce being disempowered, and then that's when it continues to be more of the sociopaths that are kind of like there's just like too many of them in certain positions, and they don't care as much about people's. There are sociopaths that are trying to work on themselves. Actually read a memoir of one, but so not all of them are being annoying and stuff, but it's just like they do just lack empathy and stuff, and so it can it's just really helpful to realize like not everyone has not everyone has empathy. Not everyone has the same the like standard levels of empathy for humans. But I don't even know if I don't even see sociopaths as like not normal. I think we're all meant to serve a purpose in society. Like we need the fucking sociopaths to like fly planes if we want to still go on planes, go places. But empaths, we have our place too, and it's unfortunately I feel like the non-empaths, is that what you would call them? Because I don't want to use sociopaths because like yeah, there's sociopathic people or brains, or maybe psychopath brain, like psychopaths different. Sociopaths more out of trauma and like a personality type, and then psychopath is just like a brain makeup type. Like the psychopaths have low startle response, way lower fear response. We need them to fly the planes. We need them. We need them. The guy that studied what a psychopath brain is figured out he was a psychopath himself. Like he had that brain, but he was a good person. Like he was not violent or any of the things that people associate like psychopaths to be. Like not all psychopaths are serial killers. Honestly, most serial killers are probably malignant narcissists, not even psychopathic. Anyways, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm on one right now. I'm on a rant. We're standing on business. We do need the people with psychopathic brains. The issue is when those people grow up in an environment that's like toxic or also rewards power and control and like taking advantage of people, manipulating people and whatever. It's just like that's the stuff that's rewarded in society. That's the stuff that like gets you success. And a lot of the time, not always, it doesn't have to be that way, but it's harder to like I guess have strong morals and empathy and care and not be cutthroat. It's like the people that get way up to the top that not all of them, but a lot of billionaires, millionaires, whatever, like, you know, high ranking CEO, whatever the fuck, they have lower empathy because they're able to just like do what they want to do, but a lot of times they don't give a shit about their workers. They just like treat people shitty, and then they just do that because they can. And then if the world only has a few businesses that end up like they do kind of own everything, they just like have, it's like, oh, this business actually owns all these other businesses. It's like, oh, it just goes to like these few kind of big fucking businesses. And then if it's mostly sociopaths running those businesses, we get a little bit stuck. There's not a proper conclusion to that rant. There's not. Okay. You're not even worth arguing with you, Einstein. You're right. Very smart weapons. Who? You are definitely never wrong. Not me. I'm fucking wrong. Don't know everything. Are you talking about me? That's not meant literally. What? Just know if you disagree with anything I say. I meant if you. Oh, are you being sarcastic? See, I didn't pick up on that initially. Haha. Like, are you being sarcastic to the weapons? Like, you were definitely never wrong. Never wrong. One of the highest intellectual caliber. That's not meant literally weapons. Just know if you disagree with that. It's not meant literally sarcasm. Okay, we're having fun. Are we still on though about the dancing pandemic and if it was a social contagion? That that was hidden, so Bob UFO didn't get to see this thing because freaking YouTube censored it. Maybe I should lower. I just have basic censoring. I could put like no censor, but then I might get like a shit ton of spammers and stuff. So that's why I got the basic auto moderation on. But it hid Bob's response, or it hid Weapons of Fair response to Bob, and I only just showed it now. Bob, why do facts hurt your feelings? We were having a productive discussion till you got your panties in a bunch. But the facts, Weapons of Fair, unfortunately, though, the facts were not, in my, from my knowing of what you had said, the facts were not aligning with your thing was more of a theory. It was more of your own personal theory that it was a social contagion, and the info. I don't even like saying the word facts because I feel like it's really hard to get to an actual fact. What ChatGPT was saying, there's theories of the dancing, of the mass hysteria dancing. There is no actual, from what I know, there is no like fact of it. They don't exactly know. There's so much. I feel like a lot of things, like most things, we don't actually we get like the closest to a fact or truth. But it's like there's theories like to what happened, right? So I think your thing is also theory, but it just seemed like you were saying your thing is fact, but we don't even, the consensus is there actually isn't hardcore facts about the thing. Like even the people studying it, it seems did not land on a fact. So do you listen to Danny Jones' podcast? It's entertaining. No, I don't know. Greetings, Earthling. Greetings, Josh. 5 companies hold 95% of stock in all publicly traded companies in the USA. See? That's what I'm talking about. And are those companies more like empathy aligned or whatever? I don't know how to call it. It's just the people running the companies and things. It's just harder sometimes, it seems, for someone who has really high empathy to do those jobs. But I could be wrong. I don't know. There could be lots of really empathic people who are the CEOs of things and companies. It just doesn't seem like that right now. Obviously, too. It's like, they'll make things that fuck people up. They don't care about the consequences a lot of times. They'll make technologies that get us so addictive and psychologically unwell just to make money. It's like they're obsessed with money. Obsessed, guys. It's the aliens. Blame the aliens. Curious about your thoughts on this. I don't think I'm a psychopath, but I'm confident I could fly a plane. Is pilot a psychopath job? Okay, I made like a bold overgeneralization. My understanding is lots of psychopaths go to dentistry. Yeah, I made a bold overgeneralization. Like that's all. I'm just like, we need the psychopaths to fly the planes. I'm thinking fighter jets, but then it's like, I don't want to be in a war though. Like we don't need the war though. I don't think all pilots are psychopaths. I just think, yeah, I'm also like conflating. There's a big spectrum. So my go-to when I talk about it just happens to be like flying planes, because I see that as like you're responsible for hundreds of people. How many people can fit on a plane? Like hundreds of people. You're responsible. Like I just can't even have that responsibility because I would feel so guilty to make one little mistake. Just the fear that I could kill all these people, just like to hold that responsibility. Like all these people's lives are in your hands. But I guess it's like, it's maybe rare that the plane would even crash or this or that. I just like can't have that much responsibility. So I see it as someone that's I don't know if it's empathy. Yeah. I'm seeing this psychopath stuff as just like maybe lower fear response or not as excitable nervous system. I don't necessarily think though all pilots are psychopaths. Obviously that'd be crazy to be like all pilots are no. But I think it's like, yeah, it's maybe one of the popular one of the popular professions for that brain type, that neurotype, but maybe a more statistically accurate example would be brain surgeon or something. Like, in other words, we need the psychopaths to operate and be the surgeons. But okay, not all surgeons are psychopaths, but yeah, that was an overgeneralization. And I don't even think you were saying that I was like accusing all this, my brain was like hypervigilant though. I don't even think you were fucking like saying like, oh, you're saying all psycho. Sorry, it's the fucking hypervigilance. Curious about your thoughts. Okay, don't think I'm saying about that. I'm confident I could fly planes. It's a pilot, a psychopath job. My understanding is a lot to psychopaths. Okay. Okay, I think we understood. Dentistry, yeah. That's, dude, I saw that study where a scan was mixed in and then he realized, yes, it was his scan and reported it. Yes, he was like, yeah. Didn't they show him and then they didn't tell him it was his brain? And he's like, oh, yep, another psychopath or something. And they were like, guess whose brain that was? It was yours. And he's like, what? Us Pleiadians will be set free when the stars align. The lizard people are on the rapture. Oh, the lizardies. It's tough in business. I do a lot of stuff for free, especially for widows, and take a pay cut. That's why I never go too big in business. Oh, a lot of stuff for free. Yeah, because you care. That's empathy. Take a pay cut. That's why. Especially widows and take a pay cut. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm not a business person. I just but I'm trying to be more empowered. I've thought of business plans for you know, just my thing. Like I was a way for people to support me. But it still is a bit like it can make me uncomfortable to set the prices on certain things. Like it's like I hate that we kind of need money or like you have to like, yeah, it's just sort of, it's hard when the art or the content creation things is like gets conflated with business. That's the thing that I can struggle with. But I came up with a business idea I made this hoodie design, but the hoodie itself, I was gonna be transparent about how much it costs to make the hoodie itself, but then I was gonna upcharge it a little bit. Like this sounds kind of a lot, but I was going to like charge. I haven't started selling the things yet, but eventually I was going to like make this. It matches the theme of my channel, so it's like this red hoodie with a little alien emoji thing, and it's like a little pixelated alien. I don't know, it's design. It's meaningful to me, and it matches my channel banner. It's this red hoodie. I think I've only worn it like once on the channel now, but I thought of like I normally would never do this especially like in my disempowered state. I'd be like, I have to charge like the cheapest I could ever charge for the hoodie thing. It's like that's just greedy to whatever. But I was just gonna make it as like the hoodies wouldn't be to just like it's just not gonna be about just the hoodie. It would be like this is like a alien support hoodie. I thought of making the price like 100 Canadian dollars for this hoodie, even though I think it costed $56 to make. So it's quite a big profit margin, but it would just be like, this is a way for you to support, like buying a hoodie is like, I want to make my content free, if not like mostly free. So if I eventually did a Patreon, I've thought of making it like 2 Canadian dollars a month, like really low. Like I want to make most of my content free and stuff like that. But then like the hoodies would be this way if people want to support me. Just like I need to have a funnel of income. It's annoying. I don't even like, it's weird. I don't like the business with the art, but it's like I have to have some funnel to support, I guess, what I'm doing. I've never had a career. I've never been able to like keep a job. So I'm trying to make some type of I have business plans for this, what I'm doing here, whatever. So but even that is kind of like I don't know, but you know, the people that more maybe the psychopaths and sociopaths would be like, oh, of course I'd charge this much or that, I don't know, or maybe I have to be transparent too. Like I want to tell people this is like exactly how much the hoodie costed. I just worry if the hoodie, I've been wearing it, I actually really like the quality, but it's like not worth 100 Canadian dollars, but the worth, again, the worth, I'm on a fucking tangent, but the worth is like what it means for the channel. But then I would still be upset. I would like, I thought about what if someone spends that money on the hoodie and then the hoodie kind of deteriorate, like the quality of the hoodie's not, that it doesn't even last, you know, and then like spent $100 on the hoodie and then yeah, I don't know. So it's like it's like, is that the best way to funnel the support? But it's drop shipping, so the company just makes the hoodie on its print on demand, and then I like it because the cut that they take is I think they take, so Printify takes, I actually need to look into how much they make off of my orders, but I don't think it's a percentage. I think it's a bit of a flat rate. It's like they have a certain amount chunk that they take, but it's not a percentage. It's not like the more hoodies you sell, we just take more or whatever. I'm not completely against the percentage. Like Patreon's a percentage. But thing with fucking YouTube, I'm gonna shit on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, yeah, you cannot censor me for shitting on you. People I looked it up. I'm like it's so annoying. Like, yeah, I want to be myself and authentic, and these freaking like gatekeepers and the companies of power and control, they want to censor stuff. But as far as I researched, YouTube does not actually seem to care if people complain about them and that. So I'm not gonna get like shadow banned or censored, I would hope. I just trust the fucking universe anyways. Like I need to say the shit. YouTube really, really annoys me at how big of a chunk they take. They take 30% off donations. They take, oh, it just makes me so upset. So my hoodie idea as a way to like support my stuff, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't ever make a YouTube subscription membership because they pretty much, I think they take 30% off everything. So I think they take 30% off subscription memberships as well as like donations and this and that, whatever. So I'm trying to be strategic of where, you know, it's like, oh, I could do a Patreon or I could do this. So I thought of the hoodies. And this is like, this is, yeah, it's like, I did have an idea with the hoodies, like there could be different colors of hoodie, so it makes no sense, like like if you were actually buying a hoodie to just buy a hoodie, it would be like a scam. But like I said, I want the hoodies to be a way to support the channel and stuff, and it's just like a way to get away from doing something else that's like on YouTube, where YouTube would take 30%. It's like Printify is not going to take 30%, and it's just like a better way for most of the money to be in support of the actual creator instead of going to the fucking annoying greedy company like YouTube. But I literally had an idea of like making different colors of the same hoodie, but the colors would be different amounts. Like, and this is wild. It would be wild to pay like 200 Canadian dollars for a hoodie that costed only $56. But I don't want anyone to buy it unless they like want to, just because like, oh, they want to support me. But I need something that's like, I need a t-shirt that's like lower tier. I just thought of making different like tiers of people who had the finances, like they generally just like wanted a way to funnel the money to me without like YouTube getting 30% or whatever. But it's like, those are such big tiers, so maybe I would try to, I guess it's like I have a PayPal button, but the hoodie is like symbolic in a way. But anyways, that's that was like bold of me to share, because that to me like feels like so ick, you know, being someone that's like not business. It's like, ew, why would I charge that much? But it's like, it's an intentional choice. And then I'm not trying to scam anyone. It's like, I want to be fully transparent with what the hoodie actually costed. But this is just like, I don't know, an option to like support the work that I'm doing, whatever. Anyway, okay, fuck. That was a fucking tangent. That was a really long tangent. Curious about your thoughts. Okay. Saw this study where it's tough in business. I do a lot of stuff. Okay, I did that. Okay, wait. Weapons, person type, medication, actual conversation. I think that there's a difference between some social contagions and we still on about the social contagion. I think, is weapons gone now? I don't know where they are. I don't see them. But if weapons is still here, just we can be open-minded to maybe it wasn't a social contagion. I know you think that it was, but not everyone agrees. And that has not proven to be a fact. Who's going to fight? Okay, who's going to fight? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just fucking with on a tangent. I get what you're saying. I was just curious about your thoughts. I'd agree, especially with like bone surgeons. They have to hammer back the bones and put screws in them. I couldn't do that. Yes. So, yeah, me neither. I just like would feel the pain of screwing into a bone. So it's like people that are more detached or more psychologically attached, maybe more prone to antisocial behavior or whatever, as in like antisocial personality disorder is I guess that's like where people, I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, it's also, it's like, why do we there's people that are really into horror films, or it's just like I feel like it's their nervous system is so underexcitable that there's people that really enjoy like really intense horror films. I'm not one of them, but not against anyone who are. It's like they enjoy that. Actually, I watched a lot of serial killer documentaries and stuff like that, and like psychological things, or I do like thrillers, but like the really intense stuff, or the gore, I can't with the gore, but it's like it gives people a nervous system activation where maybe they're a little bit more flat. For me, it's like movies just like really, really emotionally affect me at times and like stay with me. I have to like stim those shit out. It's just like everything's just so emotionally deep with me. So it's like people who aren't as emotionally deep, and they aren't just like they're just rarely maybe impressed, or they're just like, yeah, whatever. Just like another day drilling into a bone, you know? It's like, yeah, those are probably people that have more of a psychopathic brain makeup. Not that they're a violent person at all. You know, it's like psychopath. We need to change yeah, this stuff needs to be more, I feel like, talked about in our culture, understood of like, hey, there's people that actually have the same brain type as these other people that are really violent and doing these criminal things and activities, but there's like people that actually have the same brain type but they're not. Like, I feel like that's kind of what existence usually is, but then people sometimes try to label others as so just like they're possessed by demons or whatever. But it's like, why are these other people who have the same sort of brain type, like, why didn't they get possessed by the demons and go to the dark side? It's probably like family upbringing, environment. It's like psychopathic brain plus a certain environment. That probably shapes how their behavior, right? It just seems like people with psychopathic brains have an easier time like breaking rules maybe, or not caring, like they don't like have the intense guilt that other people would get for doing something wrong or bad, but it doesn't mean that they all just like do bad things or want to do bad things. They can still not do those things at all, not like have to do them. But someone just like maybe treated like shit, or just like all they know are these crazy horrific things that they just sort of like repeat that behavior. I don't know. Okay, let's just transition from that tangent. It's hard to draw a line. You deserve to make money. It's hard to draw a line. You deserve to make money for your creative services and work to have it made, and people will want to support you, and it's their choice to buy it. I also struggle with that. Yes, Bob. Yeah, the business. Yeah, it's like hard to feel. it's sometimes like, who am I to deserve that? It's just, you can, I don't know. I've also just been conditioned to like be nice and be people pleasing and be, there's a lot of bullshit about what it means to be a nice person. People sometimes can just see like boundaries as being an asshole, or it's just like so many things have gotten conflated that's really annoying. The other day I was on a live and I didn't have the costume, so there were some creepy men in the chat. Well, most of them. There was like one guy that was cool. Besides him, it's like these people creeping on me. One of the people were being weirdly controlling and just like using manipulative language tactics and being weird, and I was just not agreeing. I was just staying grounded in like these people are like analyzing me and telling me my experience, basically like strangers, and I just wasn't agreeing with them. I wasn't being influenced. And then someone joined in, and then they were watching for a bit, and then they were like, "Oh, I thought you were pretentious, or you seem like," I don't know, they were saying that I seemed pretentious or something. I don't know. It's just sort of like interesting how at times it's like certain behaviors get labeled as, if you are confident, sometimes people might see you as narcissistic or arrogant. I've been misjudged as like, I was I was in a university dorm, and anxious as hell, just like one of the heights of my social anxiety, just like not okay. And there was a guy in my dorm, but I didn't really, for a while, I hadn't really talked to him. I had gotten to maybe know other people. And then we were all hanging out in a group, and then we ended up having a combo. So I'd never like talked one-on-one with him, so I didn't really know him. And then I was talking to him for a bit, and then he told me, he's like, I actually thought you thought you were better than everyone, or that I was arrogant, that because I wouldn't, I think because I wasn't making eye contact or something, yeah. And I was like, oh, no, it's actually the opposite. I was like so nervous, so like scared of everyone, and that's why I wasn't. So it's interesting how behaviors get misconstrued as like things, but it's like you have to just stay grounded in your own reality and discernment of the truth. Like I've had to, I grew up in a very enmeshed family. At least one son of my family, culturally, it was just like the norm to be in each other's business, enmeshed. It's common with European cultures and stuff. So like to me, love it's just like invasion of boundaries and stuff. It was so normalized. So just like me making boundaries, it sometimes it's been difficult with my family at times, or it's just like these obligations were put on me, like, you have to do this thing because that's what love means, and it's like you don't get to not do it. There was superiority complex, like there's a total double standard. The elders can do certain things, and then if you do that, then it's like you're disrespecting your elder. But I don't know, it's like, okay, so you can just belittle me or make jokes, but I'm not even trying to belittle you. I'm just like making an innocent joke. Ha ha ha, I thought we were joking. And it's like, how dare you say that to me? It's like, I'm just supposed to sit there and have you, for your own self-esteem, like belittle me. Like, so I grew up in that shit too. So then a lot of things have been a lot of things had certain beliefs and about myself. Like it's like I have gone, when I set boundaries or when I just assert myself and I just don't agree. Like my last therapy session when I stood on business, we're going full circle because I named this live standing on fucking business, and standing on business, setting boundaries with my counselor. I get a vulnerability hangover after asserting my boundaries, just like not agreeing with someone just to agree and placate them. I can have like feelings come up, like icky, like I literally feel sick, like I feel sick to my stomach. Just so I'm over a lot of this, I've healed a lot of this, but like simple boundaries, folks. Like just not answering a text or something like that. I just would stand on business, stick to the boundary. It's like, we got to get over this trauma. Like, we got to rewire the nervous system. We're strong enough to deal with the feelings of unenmeshing and not just being everything for everyone. And just because, you know, they want to talk to me, or they might feel ignored, that I'm not answering them, and they just want me to call them a certain amount of times a week, and it's just not working for me. It's like I had to stand on business. But yeah, I felt sick to my stomach, like for days on end. Like the last few years have been intense. I'm gonna crash out if she doesn't tell me about who's winning, her or LeBron James in a fight. Not me. Not me. Sometimes feel guilt, like I'm a scammer when I make too much money, even though people are very happy to pay for my services. I wish I had enough money to just do it for free for some people who need. Well, Bob, you are not a scammer at all. Obviously, you know that. You deserve to be paid for your services. People are happy, but yeah, I get the feeling like shitty. Yeah, I wish I had enough money just to do it for free for some people who need it. Yeah, it sucks like having to charge people too. And then, you know, people maybe might be going through things. But you seem like a very kind, thoughtful, empathic person. Earlier, didn't you say you do pay cuts, you do stuff for free, like you help when you can, but then at the same time, like you don't even have to do that. You're just doing that out of the goodness of your heart, right? You are selling a service. It's like, hey, this is the cost. Like, if they want the service, they know that means the person, they don't just work for free, right? So it's like you don't even have to do the pay cuts or maybe favors, or what's it called, pro bono or something. Is that just used for lawyers? I don't know. It's used for other things. But but yeah, it can just be, it's just the way that the money thing, it can just be, it's hard maybe when I don't know if you, it sounds like you own your own business, right? So that, like, that's the thing too. It's like when you're the person setting the rate, for me, it's like deciding, making those decisions, like what's reasonable and why. I feel like it's when I know the whys, and I make it transparent, and I still, like, I remain authentic to myself, and I remain not getting greedy. I'm scared of my own self though. I'm like, what if I get greedy? But I get so annoyed when people charge more just because they can, and I dream of a fucking day where I can provide people a service that they really want or something for just lowball the fuck out of everyone, dude. Like, you know, everyone else's Patreons are like $15 a month and mine's $1. $1. And then so many more people can join, because to me, it doesn't even, like, from a business standpoint too, I see it as way more beneficial to make it way cheaper and just make it more available to more people. You could make the same amount of money as the person charging like $15 a month for a Patreon, and then you're charging $1, but you just have so many thousands more freaking maybe people on the Patreon, and then it's like they have certain, like, way less people are going to sign up to theirs because it's like $15 a month. So to me, it's like, no, I'd rather make mine really, really more cost effective, like, and then it's like, how could you not sign up? Like, if you want that content too, it's, to me, I think of it in my own self too, of like, you know, it's like, do I really want to sign up for $15 a month? Like, it's a big commitment. And it's like, you know, kind of, then I can't really, then I have to pick like one creator, because like all the other ones, it's like $15 a month. And so it's like, okay, I guess I could sign up to but for me, I would, if I, you know, made it $1 or something, I'd be making it available. You can sign up to your expensive $15 a month person, but then you still, it's not like breaking the bank to also sign up to me. So from business standpoint, it's honestly more incentive too, but it's also, it's just like win for everyone. Why is the chat so delayed? Because I can't keep up with it. Or is it just delayed for you? Okay. Dancing play. Are we still about the dancing play? It's still going on. Oh my god, I was just doom scrolling, busted up laughing, seeing you the poop at. Thank you for that. Well, you're very welcome. Diana! My alter ego's Diarrhea, whose pronouns are poo-poos. Do you get it? It sounds like diarrhea. Diarrhea. I have a sketch in reference to Diane Rhea. It's like why I got this hat, but it's just funny that your name's actually Diana. And yeah. Okay, so trying to catch up. Area 51. Okay, that's a big topic. Nice, the environment is more needs caring. Okay, someone keeps spamming with. Okay, we're getting a few little bit we're getting some people that the YouTube auto moderation took care of it, but the poo hat and the mustache doesn't seem to be deterring some people that are referencing certain things about the female body in relation to me. And okay, you guys are being creep, and maybe I just need a little bit of a better deterrent. Maybe we'll have to go for the full beard next time. This is one of the creep men creeping on me deterrents. But this one hurts my ears, so I drew on the stash today. But I call myself a gardener, but I'm being humble. I am truly an artist who does amazing landscapes. Yes, landscaping is art. Oh yeah, you had told me you did the gardening earlier. The landscapes with every bell and whistle, waterfalls, hard scales, gas features, outdoor kitchens, trees, lighting, the whole shebang, dude. That's the whole package. That's pretty cool. That's like versatile. Every bell and whistle, waterfall. For some reason my brain took that literally for a second. I was like, are you actually putting bells and whistles? Like, oh my god, I'm ridiculous. It's just sometimes the literal thinking. It's an expression. Okay, well, good on you, Bob. It seems like that's yeah, it's like you have been able to make something that is an artistic thing into a business, and it's like valued, and the people like it and they want it. Like, yeah, people will pay. They will pay for the freaking the driveway that they always wanted. They will pay for the heated I don't know if you do heated driveways, but they will pay for that freaking tree. Like, there's people that it's like, my dream is to have maybe this type of tree. I always wanted an apple tree in my front lawn, and Bob UFO fucking planting that shit and getting paid like he should. Like they should. I shouldn't assume your gender, but I think you are of the male gender. Believe me or not, I'm a veteran. Wow. Real estate champ, mad scientist of ecology, and a philosopher. I'm a god. Dude, you're killing it. That's a lot of things. Like, how... That's a lot to accomplish just within a lifetime. So good on you. You're freaking killing it. Gardening is lovely. It's extremely peaceful, in my opinion. I actually briefly landscaped, and I was going too slow, and this company was being poopy, and they were it was like a coworker, she was like, we should actually be getting paid. They were paying us $15 an hour, and she's like other places, just it's because this is a big company and everything. She's like, we would be getting maybe $20 an hour, and then yeah, it was like they didn't want us going to the washroom unless it was on our break. Like her just to like, yeah, rush everything, just like everything they could get out of us, as much work as possible, with like giving us the most minimum breaks or most minimum pay for that job. It's just annoying. The freaking companies are annoying. So don't hire a company like that. Hire Bob UFO. Don't hire a freaking landscaping company that takes advantage of their workers and underpays them. Hire Bob UFO. Don't know where they are, but somewhere in the world. Search up Bob UFO. Bob UFO gardening services. Okay, that's not what your business is called. Okay, with a spiritual poop when it gets to LeBron James. I'm gonna say yes. Guys, help me tell her my question. I gotta go soon. Okay, wait, what's the question? You should. Okay, I'm trying to read. Who's winning a fight? Her. I said him. But are you asking the audience now? Living poop with facial hair as LeBron James, who's winning $1 meal on the line. You should post videos of your work. Everyone has something different to bring to the table from their experiences. I don't know if you're talking about it to me or someone else in the chat, but Bob, you should post about your landscaping stuff. Maybe you are, maybe I haven't, maybe you have a channel, I just haven't clicked. People who lack confidence or are narcissistic find confidence in others as deflating their ego. Yes. Yes. Yes, the narcissists are the most insecure. It's kind of sad, but yeah, the inflated sense of ego and shit it's the coping mechanism to make up for the deep insecurity. And so yeah, they try to put down others to make themselves. It's good to know about the tactics, the manipulation tactics of the peoples that are seeking the self-worth outside themselves by being poopies. I didn't even... Wow, has time flown? I didn't even realize. I should probably have a snack. I'm not really that hungry, but I could go for a pizza pop. I could go for another pizza pop. Might have had 4 today already, but I could go for another one. It's a concern, but could also be seen as innovation. Some of my design ideas are based on other things people have done. Which is the concern? Innovation, the design ideas. Are you talking about posting your stuff on YouTube? But everything's based on everything. And you could still give credit. You could be like, so this was inspired by someone else, but blah, blah, blah. But like, you don't even have to do that too. It's, the ideas are, I feel like we're all being inspired and kind of from other people, right? It's like every art thing is a little bit of a ripoff from the like generation before it or something, or the influences of the time. So yeah, I do understand that, but fame was never something I wanted. I don't like attention. I feel like people only care because you're an idol. They won't be there when you need someone. I don't like birthdays at all. I have to reread everything, guys, to let it actually sink fully. I want it. I don't like it. Is this a persona? This is funny. I like this. I like this fame. The fame. I feel like people only care. Yeah. Well, that's, yeah, the famous people. It's, well, that's why Justin Bieber is standing on business with the paparazzis. They do not treat him like an actual human. They were on his driveway. They were all up in his driveway. And then they gaslit him. It was so annoying. If anyone saw the clip, I guess the viral clip doesn't show the whole longer clip, the recent thing. Well, it wasn't even that recent. It might have been a week ago, but I just, I guess the meme's been going around with Justin Bieber standing on business. When the paparazzis, he got into it, he asserted his boundaries to the paparazzis, and because they were on his driveway, he was getting into his car, and they were like up right at his car on his driveway. So that's technically, so yeah, it's private property. It's his property. And then he was like, hey, you know, he gave him shit. And then they were like, we were on the sidewalk the whole time. No, oh, we're on the sidewalk, dude. What do you mean? He's like, you were just by my car. No, you were on my driveway. They were fucking gaslighting him. So I don't know how we got to this, but oh, the fame. Yeah. the fame. People consume people. It's just this. There's so many annoyances of this world is just so hierarchical, and there's a whole discussion I could have about the celebrity culture, but I'm not going to get into it because I want to try to get to the end of the comments. Why is there poo in your head? Because I feel like a piece of shit. Ha 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 ha. I literally deleted all my social media platforms. I only have YouTube and Discord. Finally. Thank you. You responded finally. No, I swear I responded earlier. Way earlier you said me or LeBron James, and maybe I read it really fast and I was like him. Or were you talking about someone else? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. How do people keep up? I'm coming out with a new line of copper landscape lights. Ooh. With custom patina mixtures. This sounds epic. It is going to be so crazy. And yeah, me too, Kex. I only have YouTube. I only posted it. Bob, oh my god, yeah, it's you are such an artiste. Like, I don't even know what the words mean that you said, but it sounds pretty epic. I can die in peace now. Bye bye, guys. Sorry I kept you up. Exactly. I only have one life. I like doing what I like. Why spend hours doom scrolling? When I used to work at Popeyes, I would always give everyone extra chicken for free. Every time. Oh, that's the shit, dude. I love that. Yeah, Popeye, give people extra chicken. Haha. If I didn't, I'd feel extremely guilt. If they brought 4-piece, they got 5. That's awesome. Yes, and that's subtle enough that no one noticed. That is awesome. I was extreme people pleaser. When I worked at a fast food place, Wendy's, like, I would not have had the balls to do that. I got, like, this chick freaked out at me for just, like, pouring the chicken nuggets into the wrong bin. I was cooking the fries and then the chicken nuggets. This is at Wendy's, and it was, like, hard to crank my wrist to, there's this little tiny container for, like, the nuggets and then the fry. I don't know. I think I would pour it into the fry one first and then put it in the other. I get it now because people might have maybe allergies that it can't mix, but then again, it's kind of right near it and it's not like I don't know. But, yeah, maybe the vegans getting the fries, it's like they don't need, like, tiny microscopic fragments of chicken nugget in their fry because I, like, briefly, I don't know. But this chick, like, she got so mad at me. I was being watched like a hawk, but I wish I would have been giving an extra nugget in every 4-piece nugget thing or whatever. Just give him an extra one. That's pretty dope. But yeah, I was like way too scared to get in trouble. About experiencing life, doom scrolling, definitely. Guess in a way. I want to ask too. Was it Bob UFO? Yeah. Did they? Okay. I know I'm so behind with the comments. I'm sorry. But okay. I just need to go over this. So, did you guys have the stupid freaking rule that at the end of the night, the extra food that no one bought, you had to throw it in the garbage and you weren't allowed to eat any of it? Did you have that stupid dumb greedy company matrix dumb protocol poo-poo rule? Because that was fuck yeah, the managers weren't cool where they're like, well, we are just gonna eat some, but I guess we're also all being filmed and I don't know who has access to it. It's just like so stupid. We had to just get big garbage bags and dump all the extra fries and nuggets and like things that didn't sell by the night in the fucking garbage, throwing food in the garbage. We're not allowed to eat it. So stupid and dumb. I guess in a way I was taking from the franchise owner and giving to the customer. That's a duality. Yeah. But it's like, come on, the franchise owner, they were probably doing fine enough. It wasn't going to break the bank at all. So yeah, it was like, it's like when Robin Hood, did he take money from the king and then he gave it to the poor? He just sort of like dispersed it, just made things a little bit more equal. A little bit more, it just didn't even make a dent though. Same thing. Single nugget for 4-piece, 5, it's not making a dent. Like, But it makes the people's days that got the extra nugget. So made a difference. Made them happy. Made a difference. Necessity should be free. Human selfishness is the problem. It would be possible if we work together. Yes, exactly. Education alone should be free because it costs people. They choose a job they don't actually like, one that pays well over what they like to do. Yeah, are you talking about university? I feel like university is kind of a scam, though. I feel like we learn way better from experience, and university's like memorizing books, and then the fact that it takes 4 years and the cost of it and the length of it, and it's like, I don't even think, it's just not worth it. It's so expensive. You have student loans and shit. My favorite tree is a Japanese maple, but willows are also very great. I want to look that up. Japanese maple. I just like how behind the comments am I? haven't gone to the end of comments for like an hour, guys. Ooh, the way they drew. Oh, yeah, willows. It just always reminds me of Harry Potter, the Whomping Willow. E.T. for president. Obi-Wan had a brother named Obi too. That's from Star Wars, I think. Haha. So Obi-Wan beating Vader. So I guess you're just talking about Star Wars, Darth Vader. Okay, I don't know the Star Wars lore. Can you grab the camera from Laura Jackson edit? What does that mean? Someone asked me before. What do you mean? Grab the camera. What does that mean? No, everyone just... People don't know what I agree. Okay. How far behind am I? It's scary to me to find out. What the shit? They buy it just to bring them on. I can't. I can't read this fast. They'd buy it just to break it down and study it. Humans are naturally curious. I need to fully launch my idea to where it's basically monopoly and outcompete everyone. I don't know. Buy it just to break it. Okay, so I missed what that was about, but that's okay. What's 9 plus 10? 19. I didn't think about that for a sec. 9 plus 10. 19, right? No, what if I got it wrong? That's not even questioning myself. I just have to double check. Is it a trick question? Don't look stupid. Oh my god, it's 19. Oh my god, thank god it's 19. I still have a lot of self-doubt. Okay, good and evil duality of man. Oh no, am I way behind? Haha, is it not clocking? Yes. Is it not clocking to y'all? Is it? Standing on business. Has anyone told you you look like Beyonce? Okay, I gotta just scroll and catch up. Oh, I wasn't actually that far behind. I'm getting this freaking beard on my fingers. Did you know that dogs have fingerprints on their nose? Oh, I think I've heard that in cats, cows. It didn't. Okay, I was the chef. Also can make pizza roll stuff through in the fryer. I was the chef at the fast food place or Popeyes. I was a chef. I also could make whatever to take home. What you got to, and also brought Totino's pizza rolls and a bunch of other stuff and threw in the fryer. It's pretty sick. The boss, not the birds. So you were the boss. So you were able to. You could eat some of the food. They haven't discovered the prints of other animals. Really? It's only, what did you say? Dogs, cats, cows, but the other ones don't have the prints. Fingerprints can help the earth in so many ways, it's unimaginable. How does the fingerprints help the earth? It's not crossed my mind, but I think you're onto something, Quacks. Yes, you can document every living being if you had the fingerprints of all species. Interesting. You'd be able to see what happened in the environment before even being present. To have the documentation, is that what you're talking about? That's too advanced for me, but I know the general concept of if you're able to map location very powerfully and calculate. But you talk about though, it would take. You'd start mapping it now. You'd start documenting it now, and then having the info would come in handy as time went on. Like, would it be useful for us now? I'll ask ChatGPT. What are all the animals they have? I think I'm gonna shut her down very soon here, because it's time for Pizza Pop. It's time for a little bit of Vanderpump and a Pizza Pop. Vanderpump Rules. Still trying to catch up. I started a bit ago, so I started from season 1. There's freaking 11 seasons, and I need to get through it because I want to know the lore of what's currently going on. Only a few animals are known to have unique fingerprints, that is, patterns on their fingers that are so distinct they can be used to tell individuals apart, much like in humans. Don't ask ChatGPT, I'll tell you everything, okay? Okay. No, but I need to ask. Quexram. Is that how you say it? A few more animals on this list known to have fingerprints. So it's a little bit of a fact check here going on that I didn't anticipate. Sorry, but animals known to have fingerprints: humans, chimpanzees, gorillas. That tracks, but those are you could almost forget about those because it's like similar to humans. But then it's saying koalas. It's saying koalas, and I don't. Oh, but you talk about okay, on the nose though. Honorable mentions: no true fingerprints, but interesting. Cats and dogs. Paw pads have ridges, but not unique fingerprints. Wait, were you talking about on the nose though? I think a lot of identification is going the way of gait identification, being able to identify someone by the way they walk. At least for humans. Dogs on their nose. They interact with the world by sniffing. Yes, I know, not all though. Do dogs have fingerprints on their nose? Let's see. Yes, dogs have unique nose prints. The pattern of ridges, lines, and creases on a dog's nose are as unique to each individual dog as human fingerprints are to people. Okay, I am so sorry, Kexrim, for insulting your intelligence by trying to fact check you when you were right all along. It's saying though they're not true fingerprints, but that doesn't matter. It's just saying because they're not on fingers, but functionally yes. So yes, they're biometric identifiers. Okay. Permanently etched from birth, can be used in forensic and legal identification, although not commonly in practice. Okay. It's just what is the use of like everyone having their own unique. It's like you're talking about literally documenting every single dog that ever dogged with their freaking fingerprint nose. It's all different. It's like it's everyone has a unique. I think this might have spurred a rabbit hole into fingerprints in general and just the fact that everyone has a unique fingerprint, but I don't know. It's like the same as snowflakes. Like, yeah, and every snowflake's unique. It's kind of cool how there's unlimited possibilities. But maybe there's something spiritual about that could be interesting that we could discover. Kex, I get the concept you're saying. Unique patterns, prints, same thing, yeah. Yes. I get the concept you're saying. Think being able to have the entire tree of life and unlock the key to all genetics. Okay. Yes, all living beings matter. Yeah, we'd be able to find out who left their dog abandoned in the streets. That's a living being. But how would you wouldn't, there'd be a lot of, you couldn't track them all. You just would never be able to get them all printed, unfortunately. What do you think about OnlyFans? Jay Castillo, are you the person that you were saying something that was a little bit inappropriate before? So I don't know if you're hinting at something, but my personal thoughts about OnlyFans, this might be a big topic. This might be a ramble. I don't really have... I just like... I've hard time sharing thoughts when there's not really a consensus to the thoughts. Is that the right word to use, or conclusion to the thoughts? Like, I don't really think of things in a small way. I'm not about small talk, I'm about big talk. So it's like, I haven't yet fully analyzed or dissected exactly with the whole OnlyFans and like how I exactly feel about it. But I was having some feelings about it the other day. I get feelings about it when I do a live stream without my costume, without my like beard and the poo hat. And then I get comments about people asking me if I have an OnlyFans, and then it inspires thoughts about that thing. So that's like such a crazy neurodivergent way to respond to your comment. But the thoughts I've had lately about it, because I got a lot of thoughts, so I kind of like distill them down and let's just like focus on a certain aspect of the topic and the thoughts I might have according to that one aspect. The thoughts lately are, why the fuck when I don't have my beard and my poo hat, why do I tend to get a lot of comments asking if I have an OnlyFans, or I get spoken to like I'm an OnlyFans model, and why is that happening? And then it does kind of irk me that because I guess just because like I'm a female, and I don't know, it's like, it's not one thing. It's like, okay, maybe these guys are just assuming I also do that or something, but it's like, not everyone does that. And I've taken a little scroll a few times. I just don't do it often, but I've taken my own little scroll through the live chat feed, and I have yet to see a female myself like doing or some of the people, I don't know, maybe they do have an OnlyFans as well. So like, it causes me to think so the thoughts about the OnlyFans have had to do with like, are like most women live streaming, or a lot of women live streaming? Are they... I keep burping too, so excuse me if you're fucking hearing that. I need to eat my pizza pop soon. It's like, how many women really are like promoting OnlyFans doing live streams? It just seems like, I don't know if it's actually saturated on here with that, but I see a lot of like tarot people, like women, they're doing tarot or they're just live streaming, and they already have an audience. They have a YouTube channel, but it wasn't really giving OnlyFans. So then, yeah, my thoughts aren't really necessarily about OnlyFans itself. It's just about like, what is going on with like OnlyFans expectations like infiltrating the YouTube live stream. It's just weird for me. It's just annoying. It's like, I don't want to purchase a fucking Gandalf beard set and then wear stuff like that, and then we'll wear it, and then like this makes my ears hurt really bad. So then like, I bought this, but then I don't even want to wear it. I invested in this because of the people making this some type of OnlyFans content bullshit, when that's not what I'm doing. And then this makes my ears hurt. It's like, I invested, it makes my ears. So then I have to draw this shit on, and I don't even get to use my nice beard. So that's how I feel about it. General idea is to have every single dog printed. That would be more the mass surveillance side of it, not the genetic scientific side. Oh, okay. not every, yeah, mass surveillance, yeah, that's giving, that's what I was feeling when I was thinking of like every single dog on the earth being documented. It'd be like then people couldn't own unregistered dogs anymore. People couldn't like have dogs without paying taxes on dog. I don't know, there's like some sort of you have to register your dog with the city. I guess so they can maybe keep track of the amount of dogs in your home or what's allowed. It would require government cooperation because of the manpower to print every dog and cat. Even, yeah, a lot of manpower. How can you take one small thought and make it one big thought and take it into deep depth? That's exactly, yep. Exactly what's happening in my brain at all times. It's big talk. Big talk. It's their biological print. Trees are identified in the rings. The problem is you have to cut it in half to access it. Oh, yeah. The trees. Now they have this tool. That's okay. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go because it's late. I'm hungry. And then, yeah, but this is a pretty cool discussion. And this was actually, we had the cool freaking discussions. We had the cool topics. We had the cool people in the chat. And so I appreciate the discussion, appreciate the topics. So this was a fun success, and we're standing on business, and we definitely hurt a lot of things. We're just curious about hurting cutting the trees, or I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm falling asleep, guys. This was lovely. Well, thank you. I enjoyed it. I much enjoyed it. So, yeah, I'm stoked to do more live streams. I haven't been regularly doing them. I hadn't really, yeah, I started again a bit, but this was, yeah, guys, this was such a success because honestly, like we couldn't just have, it was literally all about me being a female and the men creeping on me without the costumes. I'm like, okay, fine, this worked. This actually worked, and we could like info dump, or I could info dump, ramble, and then fucking not keep up with the comments. But then, we got back on track, and we had the really cool topics and discussions. So thanks for everyone. Smell you later, Miss Cockhead. So we had not gonna lie, I've been gooning this whole time. I don't even know. Is that word? Does that just mean like? I don't know. Is it just me? Is it an innocent? Ew. Okay, I had a feeling it was interchangeable with a different word. I thought it just meant more of a light, like you've been. I don't know. Thought it was just more of a lighthearted flirt, but nope. But it's still though, like Nexus database has been way more like casual about it. It's just some of the stuff is so freaking intense, or it's like it's only that and it's just that. I don't care for any of that shit, but if we can keep it at least to a minimum, it's the biggest success. It's just like annoying when it's like the entire live and chat is just people creeping. So like we actually successfully were able to navigate this. So I'm gonna have to invest in something to draw on my beard because I just used an old mascara thing that was pretty dried up. So I'm going to prepare for more lives by maybe I'll get some makeup that I'm not gonna actually use as like makeup on my eyes, but I'm gonna draw a mustache on me because I thought of using a black Sharpie, but I think that's kind of stays on your skin for a while. So okay guys, okay, not being a poop suit. Oh dear. Oh no. Does someone have a poop? Does Nexus have a poop fetish? Man, well, you can't avoid all the things. Yeah, people are into their things, and it's just, it is what it is. Okay, oh God, no. You're saying it's because I'm in a poop suit. Like, what is going on? Shit, no poopy. Okay. Okay. So, okay, I'm just gonna, okay, bye. I never know how to end this. Bye.